KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
This is Coach Jill Thomas.
This is Coach Jimmy Elgis, and you're listening to Ready Basketball.
It's time for Reddies Basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies Basketball is brought to you by Brookshire's, Chicken Express, Domino's, Java Primo, Print Mania, Holiday Inn of Caddo Valley, Ready Bookstore. Reddies Basketball also brought to you by Southern Bancorp, The Plaza at Twin Rivers, SCM Architects, Slim and Shorties, Sodexo, Southwest Auto Collection, Southwest Sporting Goods, and Wendy's. Now, let's head courtside to the voice of the Reddies, Cyrus Wittig.
Welcome to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, to the campus of Henderson State University, to the Duke Well Center, and to the Domino's pregame show as we get ready to bring you a matchup between your Henderson State Reddies and the Ouachita Baptist Tigers. I appreciate you joining us tonight. I'm Cyrus Wittig. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, David Sally, and you are listening to the Domino's pregame show. While listening to Reddies basketball, why not enjoy a fresh, hot Domino's pizza? Pick up a pizza at 3120 Pine Street in Arkadelphia by calling 870-246-3131 or order online at www.domino's.com. Domino's Pizza is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. Well, David, after an earlier cancellation between these two teams, we've got our first Battle of the Ravine contest of the season, and we certainly hope that it's worth that extra wait time, as we've got a pretty intriguing matchup on our hands.
I'm excited for it, Cyrus, and intriguing I think is definitely the right word to use. This Ouachita team, it's hard to make anything of them because they've played so few games. They've had 4 cancellations already this season, unfortunately, and they just got back to the court for the first time in 2 weeks on Saturday against Harding, and they got a win. Just one practice and actually beat Harding at home. So a team that when you look at their stats, again, you're just not really sure what to make of them, but you can always expect the unexpected in any Battle of the Ravine.
Yeah, both of these teams, kind of piggybacking off what you said, David, both these teams really trying to find continuity with lots of new faces on their roster, and it might be the Reddies are a little bit farther along on that process, given they've played 6 to Ouachita's 3.
You would think so. I mean, that's anytime you get to play more games with a team that has a lot of new pieces on it, that's a plus. And obviously, 2-4 start, not what the Reddies were looking for, but this is such a difficult year. It's really hard to take anything from any of these games so far. There's a lot of feeling each other out in all these matchups. I think you're going to see some of that tonight, but I agree with you, Cyrus. On paper, the chemistry aspect for this Reddies team should be an advantage against a Ouachita team that just really isn't battle-tested yet here tonight.
And I think it'll also be an interesting matchup between Ouachita's depth. They have 10 guys who play 10 minutes or more versus really for the last few games just been Henderson State starters. The Reddies have had trouble finding contributions off the bench, and we'll see if the bench is even more limited today as Jeremiah Toney and Quan Marshall are trying to come back from some injury.
Yeah, you nailed it, Cyrus. I mean, it's interesting when you look at this Reddies lineup. The top 6 in the rotation are all playing 20 minutes or more, and then after that, there's only 2 other players that are playing more than 10 minutes a game. So, we've talked about it the last couple outings. Henderson's really looking for that spark plug off the bench. Something to watch tonight in terms of that spark plug could be Damian Deere, who's actually taking a step back tonight. Quan Marshall is going to get the start after missing the last couple games. So it'll be interesting to see if Damian can bring that offensive scoring spark off the bench like he has been doing in the starting lineup these last few games with Quan out.
We'll see what happens in less than 12 minutes. We've got tip coming our way, and we'll step away, but when we come back, we'll have the Brookshire's Coaches Corner with head coach Jimmy Elgis. After that, we'll have the Slim and Shorty's keys to the game, and finally, we'll get you set for tip with the Chicken Express starting lineups. So keep it here. It's all coming up on the Domino's pregame show on the Henderson State Sports Network.
What if you could help someone start a small business, make a family's dream of homeownership a reality, or even help a young child learn the importance of saving? By banking with Southern Bancorp, you're supporting your own financial journey and also families in your community dreaming of a brighter future. That's what it means when we say we're wealth builders for everyone, and we hope you'll join us in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to build a brighter future. Stop by any of our locations or visit us on the web at banksouthern.com to learn more. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Close your eyes. Unless you're driving, then that's dangerous. But everyone else, close your eyes. Picture this. It's a Monday afternoon. You're standing at the counter at Domino's as they hand over a delicious, cheesy, melty, hot, large, 3-topping pizza. You hand the smiling Domino's employee $7.99, plus tax of course, of your hard-earned cheddar. You feel invigorated and alive. Now, picture this. It's a Friday. You're standing at the counter at Domino's as they hand over a delicious, cheesy, melty, hot, large, 3-topping pizza. You hand the same Domino's employee more cash than you did on Monday? But that doesn't make any sense. But then, a radio commercial comes from on high and says,
Domino's is now extending its $7.99 large 3-topping carryout deal to all day, every day.
You fist pump into the air, punching the roof of your car. You are alive again, but your fist hurts. But you're still thinking about Domino's. Carryout only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary.
Brookshires is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshire's Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshire's online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to the Domino's pregame show as we get you set for the Reddies' first matchup of the season with the Ouachita Baptist Tigers. It's time now for our Coach's Corner with head coach Jimmy Elgis, brought to you by Brookshire's. Coach, your squad playing its third game in the last 5 days. I know you were in the gym yesterday with the guys. What did you spend most of the time working on?
Well, when you're playing that many games back to back, you can't really bang bodies on bodies. You've got to, make sure that you keep their legs, but at the same time, you have to get some skill work done, get a lot of shooting, get some ball handling. Our shots we try to maybe put within some actions we think we might see tonight, some offensive things that we may want to take advantage of or attempt to take advantage of. So a lot of shooting, a lot of ball handling. Traditionally when we have the one-day preps, we'll spend a good hour and a half reviewing the previous game, which is what we did about 2 o'clock. We went over what we think we can improve on and what we did well in the Southern Arkansas game. And then we go out, we practice, we shoot, we walk through the opposing team, Ouachita in this case yesterday, and then we come back in the film room and go over what we think are the keys with Ouachita. So we always tell the guys it's more of a mental day, than a physical day. You got to get your soreness out, you got to sweat and compete, but it's really a mental day, a day to learn on what we can improve on and what we're doing well, and a day to learn about your upcoming opponent.
Senior point guard Quan Marshall, he's missed the last 3 games with an upper body injury, and senior forward Jeremiah Toney took a hard fall late in Saturday's game. Can you give us a status?
We always tell they're tough-minded guys. They definitely want to play tonight. They'll have a say with what they want to do, but they're guys that we need out there because they're competitive and they've been in these kind of high competitive games that we're getting ready to continue to play.
The Tigers have used a deep rotation so far this year, 11 guys logging 10 minutes or more through the first 3 games. What's your plan to defend so many bodies and skill sets?
Yeah, they've done a good job. I think Coach Nutt's done a good job of adding some new recruits. They've got a couple transfers. They got a couple freshmen. They got a Division I transfer. They got some guys there that can play, and they've added to their depth. And so, that could pose some challenges. At the same time, I think that especially in this unique season, that teams that have a lot of returning guys in big roles have an advantage to other teams that are trying to figure out and learn on the fly and those kinds of things. So KD Smith is a very, very good player. He's been their leading scorer. He's a guy that's been there for 4 years. Matt Stanley's coming off a knee injury. He's a returning guy. And I just think those 2 guys are really critical to what they do. Lawrence Nero's a good point guard that they have coming back. So they do present a lot of new bodies and a lot of challenges with their depth. But at the same time, I really think with KD and Stanley and some of those kind of guys, they go as their returners go. You just need good experience. And even kids like Xavier Hall and Davion Bankston. Those are guys that have been in their program for a couple of years that are good players and pose some problems on the offensive end.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Best of luck against the Tigers.
Thanks a lot, Cyrus.
That was today's Brookshire's Coaches Corner with head coach Jimmy Elgus. Stop by our local Brookshire's for quality, convenience, and service. And stick around. There's much more to come right here in the Domino's pregame show on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Apparently, you've been ordering Domino's new bread twists as a decoy to keep others away from your pizza. Only you suddenly wanted more bread twists for yourself. There are worse things than choosing between either pizza or warm dunkable bread twists in flavors like Parmesan, garlic, and cinnamon, like deciding between going to the dentist or DMV. So when it comes to giving you the best tasting problem you've ever had, sorry, you're welcome.
Order any 2 or more of Domino's new bread twists or medium 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas may be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Henderson State University is one of the most affordable universities in Arkansas, and we offer the most competitive scholarships in the state.
Our caring professors will challenge you to achieve your best potential.
With more than 90 student organizations, new residence halls, and the beautiful DeGray Lake State Park just 15 minutes away, you will find the perfect fit at Henderson State.
Come see us in Arkadelphia or visit hsu.edu to learn how you can live ready today.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. First edition of the Battle of the Ravine coming your way here in the Duke Well Center. Coming your way here in the Duke Well Center. And David, time now for our Slim and Shorty's Keys to Victory. Slim and Shorty's is perfect in downtown Arkadelphia for food, friends, and fun. Open Thursday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Slim and Shorty's is the spot to be for a great time with great friends. For more information, give us a call at 870-245-2365. David, I don't want to steal your key, so let's start with you.
Cyrus, I think my key tonight is what it was last game I was on the air with you, and that's you got to lock down the three-point line, limit the open looks you get for Ouachita. I mean, Ouachita, you look at their shooting percentage this year, it's not great from the field and then from the three-point line. I mean, they're only shooting 22% as a team, 13 of 57 from 3 in 3 games this year. Again, just in a 3-game stretch, but to me, that shows they're not a great shooting team. If you can make those looks contested and play solid defense here tonight, I think Henderson State has a good chance of winning this one.
Yeah, David, I'm glad I started with you because the three-point shot was a big key for me as well. I will say, Henderson State, we've talked about, hasn't done a great job so far this season of defending the three. That being said, Southern Arkansas in the second half of Saturday's game was just 1 for 9 from downtown. So hopefully that is some momentum that Henderson State can carry into this game, and really we kind of expected a regression from three-point shooting from Henderson State's opponent. So hopefully Henderson State can build on that. Additionally, as we said, at the top of the broadcast, Henderson State's still looking for an offensive spark. A couple games ago, Henry Blair gave the Reddies 5 off the bench, but yesterday on Saturday, Chenault had 2, Miholcic had 2. But if the Reddies can get 8-12 points from somebody off the bench, I think it goes a long way in winning this ball game.
I agree with you, Cyrus. They really have missed something that Chris Owens would have given them last year. Some guy off the bench that can give you 8 or 10 in a game that you weren't necessarily expecting going in. That's so huge, and they're still looking for that guy. Again, I really feel like that could be Deere tonight just because he is coming off the bench. And, I mean, he's scored 15 or more points in 4 of the Reddies 6 games this year.
We'll take a break, be back with the starting lineups when we return. You're listening to Reddies Basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of the Caddo Center cafeteria that will house an exhibit of Native American artifacts from the Joint Educational Consortium Hodges Collection. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
Follow the Reddies on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Henderson State Athletics, on Twitter at Reddy Athletics, and on Instagram at Reddy_Athletics. Don't forget to use the hashtag #NoMereBeast.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Time now for starting lineups presented by Chicken Express. Stop by Chicken Express after the game, where you get fast and friendly service for the best quality food. Chicken Express, the home of legendary express tenders and Chicken E sweet tea. We'll start with the visitors, the Ouachita Baptist Tigers.
Starting for Ouachita tonight, 3 guards, 2 forwards. First starters, Lorenz Nero, 6'2 senior from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Joining him in the backcourt is Kendarius Smith, a 6'2 senior from Conway, Arkansas. He's the only Tiger to start in all 3 games this season. He had 9 points against Harding and 7 boards on Saturday in that win. Along next to him is Davian Bankston. He's a 6'6 junior from Little Rock, Arkansas. He transferred from Northern Oklahoma College. He had 17 on 6 of 8 shooting against Harding on Saturday, so he had a big game in that win. The other 2 starters are DJ Kane, a 6'1 junior from Round Rock, Texas, and a familiar face if you're a Ouachita fan, Matt Stanley, a 6'8 senior from Cabot, Arkansas. He missed some time last season with an injury. He's back. He scored 12 points against Harding.
For the Reddies, it's their you got 2 Reddies who were questionable coming into this game that will start. First off, in the backcourt, Quan Marshall missed the last 3 games. He's back in the starting lineup tonight. He's a 6'2 senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Also in the backcourt, Xavier Davenport, coming off a career-high 13 points on Saturday. He's a 6'3 senior out of Brooklyn, New York. Malik Riddle is the only Reddy to score in double figures in every game this season with 10 plus in 6 out of 6 games. Riddle, 6'4 junior out of Holly Springs, Mississippi. In the front court, Jeremiah Toney took a hard fall at the end of Saturday's game at SAU. We were really worried about him in the last 48 hours, but looks like he will play. We'll see how much he can give the Reddies today. Toney is a 6'5 senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. He's top 5 in the conference in rebounding and steals. And the man in the middle, Raekwon Rogers, 6'8 senior from Little Rock, Arkansas, top 10 in the league in rebounding, field goal percentage, and blocks. Raekwon leads the Reddies in points per game, rebounds per game, and blocks per game. He's averaging 18 points, 9 boards on 58% shooting over the last 4 games, and I'm excited to see what Raekwon's got in store for us tonight.
He's been a monster here lately. Kind of a slow start those first 2 games, but it's been smooth sailing since then. He's a handful for just about anybody in this league, and it'll be interesting to see if he can get off to a quick start against Matt Stanley tonight, who's a pretty good athlete in his own right and has been around. He's seen Raekwon a few times. This will be a good matchup. It's like we said, there's not a lot to be known about this Ouachita team, so I'm interested to see what the Tigers have this year.
Henderson State comes into this one 2-4. Ouachita comes in 1-2. All games by both teams played in conference in the GAC, as the Reddies try to win their 5th straight over the Tigers here tonight.
Something to keep an eye on, Cyrus. He didn't play on Saturday against Harding, not playing again here tonight. Leon Kalinic, 6'9 forward for Ouachita from Croatia. He's their leading scorer and rebounder in the 2 games he's played this season.
Reddies in home whites, Ouachita road black. Raekwon Rogers touches the tip first, but Ouachita comes up with it, and the Tigers will go left to right in front of us in the half court for the first possession of the evening. Kane now far side. This is narrow. Ball above the head. Chests it left side. Back to Kane behind the wing. Looking inside. Stanley gets the feed. Shuffles his feet. Blocked by Rogers. Gets his own board. Has it stripped by Toney. The Reddies push the pace. Toney did not have numbers in transition with a 2-on-4, and Henderson State slows it down. Marshall steps into a top-of-the-key 3, leaves it way short, and the Tigers get it back. Neither team scoring on their opening possession. Narrow behind the arc, right wing. Now Stanley top of the key, back to Narrow, same spot. Narrow pulls it out 40 feet away, matched up on Rogers. Far side, Smith, the Tigers' leading scorer, bounces it into Bankston. He puts it off the glass, too strong, and the Reddies rip it away with Malik Riddle. HSU in the front court, 0-0. 1 minute into this ball game, slapped out of bounds. Last touch by Bankston, and the Reddies will have it on the near side with 21 on the shot clock. 1:04 into this ball game.
Good start defensively for Raekwon. That very first possession got a block on Matt Stanley. Like to see that from Rogers.
Reddies in the half court. Marshall, Toney, Rogers, Davenport, and Riddle. First time this group of 5 has started together. Riddle looking inside, unavailable. Ball at the right hip. Goes to Marshall, top of the key. Marshall, hard pass to Toney. Too hard, too high. Ouachita gets it back. Still 0-0. 18:35 to go first half. Bankston twirls on the logo. Dribble handoff to Smith. Smith scanning options. Bumped by Marshall, top of the key. Marshall hounding Smith, who drops it off to Kane. Now Kane, skip pass, Smith drives baseline, far side, 6 to shoot. Kane gets it back, drives to the top of the key, fade away, Jay, swish. That's a long 2 feet on the line. Great defense by the Reddies, better offense, better shot by Kane. The Tigers strike first, 2-zip, 2 minutes in. Marshall for the Reddies, one hands it to Tony. Behind the arc, right side. Tony goes to Davenport. Davenport dribbles right hand. Marshall bounces it to Rogers. Rogers, right baseline, faces up on Stanley. Rogers goes around him, up and under, scores with the left hand. He left Stanley in the dust, and the Reddies on the board with 2 of their own. Other way, quickly, the Tigers push it up the court. Smith misses the long 2, and the Reddies get it back. Henderson State pushes pace with Malik Riddle. Malik Riddle blocked. Rogers the rebound. That won't fall. He left it short, and the Tigers get it back. Ouachita now looks to run. 4-on-4 for the Tigers. Kane, bounce pass inside, up and under, hanging and hitting is Bankston, who used the rim as a protector, and Ouachita leads 4-2, 17-10 to go in the first half. Got some up-tempo, end-to-end action. Marshall now, big screen from Rogers. To Riddle, rise and fire, 3, cash. Big shot by Riddle. He was 1 for 6 from 3 against SAU on Saturday, a hot start here, and the Reddies have their first lead, 5-4, 16:48 to play first half. Ouachita back with it. Smith travels. I was about to say got away with one, but a late whistle will give the ball back to the Reddies, who lead 5-4, 16:43 to go first half.
Interesting note, Cyrus, about Riddle and the three-pointers. He actually hit his first three-pointer at Southern Arkansas on Saturday, too, but then went 0 for 5 the rest of the game. So hopefully that has a better bearing tonight, hitting his first one.
Reddies jog it into the front court with Quan Marshall. Hands it to Davenport, far side. Davenport lost it, gets on the deck, but his back was out of bounds, and Henderson State gives it right back to the Tigers. Back into action quickly. Reddies with a little full court press. 1-2-2 press. And Ouachita breaks it now in the half court. Down 1 as Bankston handles on the Reddies logo. Now Stanley looks inside. Over to Nero, top of the key. Nero has the ball at his right hip. Dribbles back. Crosses over on Marshall. Goes to Smith. Smith 4 to shoot. Puts it between his legs, step back 3, off the line the whole way. That's an air ball, and a couple really solid defensive possessions here for the Reddies early.
I was about to say, Cyrus, I know that they hit a shot, a really desperation kind of shot on one of their early possessions, but there have been 2 or 3 times here tonight Henderson State has really locked down Ouachita's half-court offense.
16 minutes left in the first half. That brings us to our first media timeout. Reddies up 5-4 early. You're listening to Henderson State basketball on the Reddies Radio Network.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks. Perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddy Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that Reddy spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. We are in the Duke Well Center. It is the first Battle of the Ravine of the season. We had the first one canceled, so this one we are hoping is worth the wait. Reddies being visited by their neighbors, the Ouachita Baptist Tigers, the closest rivalry in college sports. Henderson State up 1. 4 minutes into this ball game. Henderson State out of the first media timeout leaves all 5 starters in. Rogers back to Davenport, behind the arc right wing, bounces to Tony. Tony goes baseline, stepped on the end line, and the Reddies give it away for the 3rd time.
3 early turnovers, not what you're looking for if you're Henderson State. They got to cut down on that.
3 turnovers, 2 field goals for the Reddies. Not great offensive starts for either team. Ouachita in the front court, down 1, 15.5 left first half. Right side behind the circle. This is narrow. Hedged off by Tony. Picks up his dribble. Lobs it inside to Stanley, and there were 2 Reddies waiting on it. Marshall comes away with it for HSU. Marshall inside for Rogers. Rogers is stripped, but fouled, and will shoot 2. A great look by Marshall, David. I thought he was going to go to Davenport on the right wing, and instead finds Rogers with a bullet pass. Rogers will try to give the Reddies a 3-point lead with a pair.
Great pass by Quan, and that's what you've missed without him in the lineup. Not necessarily the biggest scorer, but he adds so many things that help your team.
Rogers cashes in the first, and Marshall coming into this game, 19 assists in 3 games, by far the team leader and top 5 in the GAC, and has an assist on one of the Reddies' 2 first field goals, and this won't get him an assist here, but these 2 points for Rogers directly coming from a Marshall pass.
And he actually was the GAC leader in assists through 3 games, and the fact that he's still top 5 after not playing in 2 games is pretty impressive. I didn't want to jinx Raekwon right there either. Raekwon's been really good at the line so far this year. He came into the game shooting 75% on the season and just nailed those 2. So a big guy like that who gets fouled so much, being able to knock those down at that rate is really impressive.
Rogers has 4 of the Reddies' 8. Henderson State leads 8-4. Bounce pass inside. This one picked off by Damian Deere, who had a team high for the Reddies on Saturday. Swinford jabs, goes inside, drive and kick, left wing 3, Deere, too strong. Miholcic keeps it alive, but the Tigers track it down. Tigers going the other way. Drive and a scoop shot to the left side of the lane by Bankston. Nobody stopped the ball, and it's 7-6. There was a scoreboard malfunction. The Reddies had 8, but it changed back to 7. So 1-point game here with 14:30 left in the first half. Bounce past Miholcic, right side of the lane. He backs down on Stanley, turns and hooks. Won't fall. Swinford there for the offensive board. Leaves the layup short, and last touch by the Tigers. It'll stay with the Reddies, but Swinford slaps his hands together frustratingly. He should have had that layup.
He knows he's got to put that one in. I thought he turned down a layup when he kicked out of the corner to Deere on that last possession. He made a good move to the basket, didn't look to shoot. I thought he had a layup with the left hand.
Deere to inbound. Bounce to Swinford. Swinford looking for options, goes to Blair. Blair drives inside, had it poked away. It'll stay with the Reddies. Now 17 on the shot clock. 14-18 to go first half. Reddies up 1.
A lot of guys from the second unit, and right now for Henderson, and there's not a lot of flow offensively. There's a lot of guys standing in the same area near the paint.
Deere kicks to Davenport. Catch and shoot, right corner 3. Bang! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Davenport. And they're going to say his foot was on the line and call that. Well, now the referees are conferring.
Sounds like it is a 3.
Yeah.
They've decided it was a 3.
One ref said it was 2, the other said 3. And we'll get the triple for Davenport. Already the Reddies' second 3, other way. Ouachita. Scarillo drives inside. He's rejected, and the Reddies get it back up 10-6. 14 minutes left first half. Davenport, other side, goes to Swinford. Swinford lays it up and in. Davenport with the drive and dish. Henderson State up 6.
Great play by X right there. Nice drop-off pass, and Yuri didn't miss that one.
Tigers swinging around the arc, far side. Williams Dunn handles. Williams Dunn from down under. Goes to Scarillo. Williams Dunn gets it back. Drives at the free throw line, left side of the lane. No look pass inside for Xavier Hall with a 2-handed flush. Nice play. And the Tigers get 2 back, trail by 4. Reddies once again with it. Davenport another drive and dish. Last touch by Miholcic. It went off his left thigh, and Ouachita creates another turnover, the Reddies' 4th. And the Tigers trail by 4 as Henderson State puts 2 of its starters back in, Quan Marshall and Raekwon Rogers, joined by Henry Blair, Josh Mason, and Yuri Swinford. So we're seeing a lot of lineups today, David, that we haven't really seen so far this season.
A lot of different lineups. These two teams, if you look at the stats right now too, Cyrus, basically identical. Next-door neighbors and both shooting 40% on 4-10 shooting with 4 turnovers. So kind of a sloppy start for both teams here.
Reddies up 12-8. Tigers in the front court working on offense. Street handles for the first time, goes to Kane. Drives, cut off left elbow. Now Williams Dunn. Back to Street. Street. Back to Williams Dunn. Top of the key three. Long range. Won't fall. The rebound grabbed by Rogers, who goes to Marshall for the Reddies. Under 13 minutes to play. First half. Marshall inside. Probing. Missed the layup. It's loose underneath. It'll stay with HSU. And it's a couple times now, David. Nobody on the Tigers has really stopped the ball. Davenport now Marshall getting it inside at will.
I think our guards are starting to realize that, too. They're putting their head down, just going to the basket. And you're right, Cyrus. Just nobody cutting the ball off. Although Josh Mason was wide open in the corner right there. If Quan had looked to the right, I think Mason had a wide open look at a three.
Bounce past Tony inside. Too strong. Offensive rebound Rogers. Tony got poked in the eye. Back to Marshall. Warm-up jumper right corner. Yes! Quan Marshall holds the gooseneck. Hand in the cookie jar. Reddies up 7.
Cyrus, what's it you always say? The best time to shoot a three is after an offensive rebound. It proves true right there. Great job by Raekwon to keep that play alive, and a good shot by Quan.
Reddies 3 of 5 from deep. They're up 7, 15-8. Kane rising fire. He tries to answer. Can't do it. It's batted around inside, and Scarillo goes up with it. Henry Blair clears the board on the other side. Reddies back with it. Marshall between the legs, drives inside, has it stripped. It's loose. Other way, Tigers. They throw it away. Henderson State gets it back. Then the Reddies throw it away. Tigers 3-on-2. Inside. This is Kane. No good. Rebound Tony. That was Hall. And Henderson State dodges a bullet.
I feel bad for my statistician, Court. That's going to be a tough one for him to stat right there. Helter-skelter play.
Blair handles for the Reddies. Blair crosses over and throws it to nobody. Some ugly basketball there, David. The Reddies, though, they'll take it. They're up 7, 11:38 to play. First half on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Apparently, you've been ordering Domino's new bread twists as a decoy to keep others away from your pizza. Only you suddenly wanted more bread twists for yourself. There are worse things than choosing between either pizza or warm dunkable bread twists in flavors like Parmesan, garlic, and cinnamon, like deciding between going to the dentist or DMV. So when it comes to giving you the best tasting problem you've ever had, sorry, you're welcome.
Order any 2 or more of Domino's new bread twists or medium 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas may be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Sloppy play here in the first half. Henderson State with 7 turnovers with 11:38 to play in the first half. But David, they lead by 7, so they've been sloppy with the ball, but when they've got their shots up, especially from deep, they've gone in. The Reddies already 3 for 5 from three-point range.
You love to see it. I mean, you'd like to clean up some of the turnovers, but you're right, Cyrus. I mean, you can't argue with the result so far. Up by 7 through the first 9-ish minutes here in this game. And, I mean, Ouachita definitely looks out of sorts on offense. Both teams have missed several shots, like right around the basket. And I'll say this, too. The referees are really letting them play here so far. I've noticed, I mean, right or wrong, I would lean towards the side of letting them play in a rivalry game like this, so I'm okay with it. But they've let a lot of contact go around the rim on both sides. They're just kind of letting them play, and I think, honestly, that probably favors Henderson State.
Yeah, you can, I mean, best example of they're letting them play is there's been 1 total foul call in this game more than 8 minutes in. That went on Ouachita Baptist, and it was clear as day. So no fouls for the Reddies 8+ minutes into this ball game, which is a great sign considering the Reddies bench hasn't been super deep this year. And another point of physicality, David, and the Reddies are winning this battle, Henderson State with 5 offensive rebounds already.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good sign for Henderson State as well. It looks like they have a size advantage, so they're trying to use that right now. This is interesting, Cyrus. The officials are having a fairly animated discussion over there. I think they're trying to decide. I don't know if they're still talking about that three-pointer or what, but they were looking at the corner, and they were pretty animated with each other trying to figure out what was going on there. I'll say this about the calls or lack of calls so far. If you're only going to call one foul in the first 9 minutes, I really hope we don't see a bunch of fouls as the game goes on. You got to stay consistent. And if this is how you're going to call it, that's awesome. But we got to stick with that.
Sure.
So that'll be something to watch here as we come down the stretch of the first half.
Yeah, essentially a quarter of this game has gone by, and that's enough to tell you. That's long enough in this game to tell you how it's going to be officiated. So that's an excellent point, David. I think that's kind of a barometer of where we're going to go.
They actually are changing. They are going to change that. What they did was they changed a Ouachita 2 to a 3. I think it was that early shot that was hit by Ouachita with the shot clock running down. I can't remember who took it, but I think they are going to say that that's a 3 now.
It seems to be that they're going to change the first shot of the game to a 3. They're going to change Kane's 3. They gave him a 2 with 11:18 to play first half, and they're going to move that to a 3. So it's a 6-point lead for the Reddies and not a 7-point lead. Ouachita has it in the front court. Hall, bounce pass, Williams Dunn. Now, Scarillo handles. He's hounded by Riddle. Back to Williams Dunn. Williams Dunn crosses over on Mason. Skip pass straight. Right corner 3. Won't fall. Good blackout by the Reddies. And Riddle rips down the board. Henderson State with it. Far side, Marshall behind the arc. Now Riddle. Jabs left. Goes back right. Marshall creates space. Hedged off. Bounces it into Tony. Tony lost it. Gets it back. Tony double teamed at the left block. Tony works on Street, up and under, had it poked away, out of bounds. It'll go back to the Reddies with 12 on the shot clock, and Henderson State will be happy to reset things. That was little rusty inside for Tony, who gets it back, lost control again, and gets it back at the right block. Tony goes to the basket, up and under, lost it. Marshall with it. He's puts it in, and Xavier Hall is down and looks to be possibly hurt. He's holding his left ankle. What an odd sequence, David. It was kind of Jeremiah Tony just running around the floor, chasing his own miss and rebound, and Marshall got it back, and now Hall being helped to his feet.
Hopefully he's okay, Cyrus. You hate to see that. He went down and grabbed it immediately, and it's one of those situations that's tough for the officials. I could see the Ouachita coaching staff really wanted them to stop play, but you can't stop play in that situation because Henderson's got the ball under the Ouachita basket with no defense. So it's just an interesting play right there. I hope he's okay. Fell down right under the basket. Didn't exactly see what happened, but he's being helped to the bench. He's not putting any weight on that. So hopefully that's nothing serious and he can get back out here.
And that's even bigger because one of Ouachita's main front court players, Leon Kalinick, is out today, and Xavier Hall, maybe the most athletic player, he might be out too.
He already had that huge slam in the first couple minutes, and he jumped straight up off the floor. He looked good on that play, so you're right, Cyrus. That would be a big loss for Ouachita.
Tigers with it, down 8, 10.5 to play first half. Scarillo, left elbow, drive and kick, gives to Smith. Thought about the 3, now drives to the free throw line, had it poked away by Deere. Ooh. Tough one in front of us, David. I thought that was a clean theft, and Deere was going to go the other way with it. Instead, a personal on Deere, his first, team's first on HSU. Shot clock reset to 20. Street handles behind the arc. Now Kane top of the key for the Tigers. Kane puts it between the legs, scans options, goes to Scarillo, right wing, off the line the whole way, and a loose ball foul goes on Yuri Swinford. He pushed Matt Stanley to the floor. So 2 fouls on the Reddies this trip. Their first 2 of the first half. 1 on Deere and now 1 on Swinford, as one of the referees has a word with Kendarius Smith. I'm not sure if Matt Stanley thought he was going to walk to the free throw line. I don't know. It was not a shooting foul. Ouachita will take it from the baseline with Williams Dunn. Goes to Stanley, 30 feet away, dribbles at the right hip, lays it back to Scarillo. Bounce pass into Stanley, right block, bowls over Deere, no call, gets his own board, and another whistle, another foul on the Reddies, and Stanley will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Hey, we said it, Cyrus. They're letting them play. I don't have a problem with it. Just got to stay consistent. And again, the officials have some words with someone over there that looked like it might have come from the Ouachita bench, letting him know that he had control of what was going on there.
Stanley rattles home the first. Raekwon Rogers, Drake Wilkes, Xavier Davenport back in the game for the Reddies. Drake making his first appearance as Swinford heads to the bench with 2 fouls in just 4 minutes. Swinford has dealt with some foul trouble so far this season, and 2 fouls on that one possession down the floor for Ouachita Baptist as Stanley misses the second. Reddies have it back, 17-10. HSU leads, under 10 to play now in the first half. Reddies got to get it across the timeline. They just do with Drake Wilkes, who overheads it to Riddle. Riddle catch and shoot, left wing 3, rattles it home. Big shot by Riddle. He's 2 for 2 from long range.
That's a really good play by Drake, too, because he got almost trapped in a bad area, but made a great cross-court pass there, gets the assist.
Right side behind the arc, this is Smith. Scans options. Far side, Williams Dunn. Jabs with the right, moves right, splits a double team. Back inside, Stanley picked off by Riddle. Riddle goes up the floor, had it knocked away, and it'll carry him out of bounds and go back. Oh, excuse me. I thought that was going to go back to the Tigers clear as day. One referee overruled the other, and I think they got that wrong. I think that should be Ouachita basketball. But Henderson State will take the break and have it up 20-10. That would have been the Reddies' 8th turnover already. Deere to inbound. Bounce past Rogers. He had it poked away. Back to Riddle. Riddle, drives baseline. Rogers inside. Riddle again. Right corner 3. Yes! Malik Riddle. 3 for 3 from 3. The Reddies en fuego. 4 for 6 from deep. Henderson State up a baker's dozen.
Great start for Malik here, and the stats say that Malik's only got 8. I thought he had hit 3 3-pointers. We'll have to check that. I thought he had 3 3-pointers.
Well, the scoreboard says 23-10. The live stats say 22-10, so maybe a miscommunication. I was almost positive that was ruled a 3-point shot. As some communication now on the scores table, as it is changed on the live stats. 23-10 now, and an 11-1 run over the last 3:28 for the Reddies. No field goals for the Tigers in the last 4:20, and really Henderson State is looks to be running away with this one early.
Henderson in full control, and that's with playing sort of sloppy a little bit on offense. I mean, shooting very well, but 8 turnovers and still up by 13. Henderson really in a good spot.
Approaching the 9-minute mark of the first half. Reddies up 23-10. It's their largest lead. Smith lost it. Out of bounds. Back to the Reddies it will go. That is Ouachita's 8th turnover, so both teams really struggling to hang on to the ball. I thought the Reddies were fortunate there not to have a bump foul called on Raekwon Rogers. But again, they're letting him play here in this rivalry game. Reddies up 13 with the basketball. Riddle. Far side right corner Davenport. Davenport crosses over on Narrow. Leaves it for Rogers. Rogers hangs. Rogers hits. Rogers, little push shot from 12. Rogers has 6 to go along with 4 boards. Reddies up 15 points, 25-10. 8.5 to go. First half. Narrow, ball over the head. Back to Smith. Smith, left elbow jumper. That falls home. And Ouachita breaks a 5-minute field goal drought. And now we're going to get, looked like a flop warning, David, I believe, on Kendarius Smith as he crashed to the ground after that 2-point jumper.
So they didn't call a foul on Raekwon Rogers on the jump shot, and the Ouachita bench wanted it, and the official, I think that's his way of telling him, and now he's telling him, that no, that wasn't a foul. He flopped, or at least in the official's eyes, he flopped. Tough to see from this angle. He closed out close there, so either way, it didn't go Ouachita's way.
David, the Reddies have turned it over 7 times, but they've also got 7 assists on 9 made field goals. So the Reddies are being aggressive and moving around well, as Quan Marshall, a completely unforced error in the backcourt. No pressure on him, just shuffled his feet and just Just an error you don't expect to see from the Reddies senior leader.
You know, Henderson, eight turnovers here, but also 8 for Ouachita. So
yeah.
It's really been sloppy on both sides. Henderson's just made a lot more shots here so far.
Reddies 5 for 7 from 3. The Tigers just 1 for 7. Ouachita has it. Down 13, 8:08 to play first half. Smith drives and kicks. Now Kane, far side, 35 feet. Kane drives to the left block, hangs inside, takes contact, and is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul goes on Malik Riddle. So there were no fouls on the Reddies 8.5 minutes into this ball game. Now in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 fouls on Henderson State. Just 1 foul called on the Tigers as DJ Kane is too strong on the first free throw. That's now the Tigers 1 for 3 from the line. A tough start from what usually is a great free throw shooting team. Kane second. Got it. Reddies up a dozen. 25-13, 8:03 to play. Tigers with a little full court press, trying to speed up the Reddies and force them into some more turnovers. Reddies already have 8 with 8 to play. Davenport drives baseline, steps around Kane, and puts it up and in. Great move by Davenport, great body control. Davenport has 5. Reddies up 14, Tigers back with it. Kane, now to Narrow on the Reddies logo. Narrow, left-handed dribble, now crosses over to the right. Narrow drives right side of the block. Narrow leaves it short, rebound Reddies. Marshall pushes pace. Henderson State 4-on-4. Marshall drive and kick to Riddle. His 4-3, yes! Malik Riddle, David, showing what he can do. 4 for 4 from 3. Malik Riddle is making his case for GAC Newcomer of the Year right now.
I'll tell you what, he'd have my vote so far because with that bucket, he's now scored in double figures in all 7 of the games he's played as a Reddy, and I think he likes the Battle of the Ravine so far, Cyrus. I know the fans, if they were here, would be loving him. That's a great start for him, and what a great shooting start for Henderson State. You talked about reverting back to the mean and things evening themselves out. I mean, on Saturday against SIU, Henderson State was just 3 of 22 from 3. They had some good looks, just could not hit anything. Tonight, they can't miss. 6 of 8 from 3. Already doubled as many threes as they hit on Saturday tonight in not even 13 minutes. So, I mean, you could not ask for a better start offensively if you're Henderson State.
Riddle has been a little bit streaky this year. We've seen at times he's had some starts where he started 0 for 4 and then hit 4 his next 5 shots. He's scored in double figures in a single half multiple times this year. And when Malik Riddle's hot, David, watch out because that guy can fill it up.
He really can. And, I mean, you can see this is really the whole season he's played really well. Again, if you scored in double figures 7 straight games as a newcomer who's still trying to find your way, you're a dangerous player. But you can really see why this guy was at a Division I school for a couple of years. He played at Morehead State, and he got to play there too. I mean, he was more than just on the team there. He played against UConn. He played against Syracuse. I mean, this guy's a big-time talent, and he's showing it right now. A great start to this game for Malik.
Malik Riddle came into this game shooting 34% from 3, respectable. Now shooting 42% on the season after 4 made threes. Henderson State up 17. 30-13 with 7:15 to go in the first half. Ouachita Baptist in the half court. Narrow crosses over, right elbow. Back to Stanley. Narrow gets it back, right wing behind the arc. Narrow jabs with the right. Takes Rogers off the dribble. Skip pass. Smith, fake the 3, in the air. 3 put up other side. That's off the mark. That was missed by Bankston, and Henderson State clears another board with Raekwon Rogers. Rogers gets it back. Rogers, stop, pop. Too strong. It's loose inside. Rogers offensive board. Lays it in with the left. It was kept alive by Tony. Finished by Rogers, and Henderson State dominating this ball game 32-13.
It's all Henderson State right now. If you're Ouachita, you got to have some sort of little run here at the end of the first half to make this one interesting. I mean, Henderson is just running away with this, and this is not going to help.
Davenport, other side, can't get it to fall, was seeking out too much contact and kind of forgot to focus on hit the rim. Karam's out of bounds. It'll go back to the Tigers with 6:20 to play in the first half. Ouachita 1 for their last 10. The Tigers 5 of 20 from the floor. The difference in this game, there's been a multiple, but just look at the 3-point shooting. Ouachita 1 for 8, Henderson State 6 for 8. As Ticky-tack foul whistled on Jeremiah Toney away from the ball. That is his first, team's fifth. Just one foul whistled on the Tigers so far this half. But Henderson State not really concerned about it. The Reddies up 19. Smith drives baseline on Rogers. That's clear as day. A push off on Kendarius Smith. Rogers takes the charge, and the Reddies get it right back after another Tiger turnover.
10 turnovers now here for Ouachita, just 5 made field goals. As much as the Reddies have struggled with turnovers, it's been even worse for Ouachita. Part of the reason they're down so much, that and the hot shooting from Henderson State here to start things out.
6:04 to play first half. Reddies up 19. Some substitutions for the Reddies as head coach Jimmy Elgus takes over the custodial duties and wipes the hardwood clean. Josh Mason, Damian Deere, Malik Riddle, Xavier Davenport, and Raekwon Rogers on the floor for the Reddies. Deere looking to get going. He has not scored today. He was the Reddies' leading scorer with 15 on Saturday in the 68-66 loss at Southern Arkansas. Ouachita, more full court press. Deere handles. Deere's got the mask on, pulled below his nose as Toney arcs it to Davenport. He breaks the trap. Davenport out to Riddle. Another three, left corner. Yes! Malik Riddle, 5 for 5 from long range. He's got 15 points.
Yeah, that's 2 more than Ouachita's team so far, so he's having a good day.
Reddies up 22, 35-13. Far side for Kane. Tigers, 1 for their last 10. Kane finds Smith back door, and Smith takes a body bump from Jeremiah Toney, and that'll be Toney's second. So now Toney and Swinford, the Reddies' 2 main front court players tonight, playing with 2 fouls. That was on the floor, 6th team foul on the Reddies, as the Tigers have it back in the front court. Smith drives to the basket, cut off by Davenport. Circus shot, won't fall. Stanley the offensive board, that's too strong. Reddies rebound, Reddies run the break. Riddle inside, Toney, the hoop and the harm, and Henderson State blowing out the Tigers. 37-13 now, and Toney heading to the line for a 3-point play.
I mean, it's all Henderson State. This is an avalanche, Cyrus. I mean, it's already ugly, and I mean, it's 24 right now. It's not even 15 minutes into this game. I mean, Ouachita has got to find its footing, or I mean, this one is going to be over by halftime. I've never seen any Battle of the Ravine in any sport, I think, this lopsided this early.
It was 7-7. Reddies are on a 30-6 run. Make it a 31-6 run after the Toney free throw. This might be tracking towards one of the biggest blowouts in Battle of the Ravine history. Reddies 38, Tigers 13. Bounce pass, Williams Dunn. Back to Scarillo. Scarillo back to Williams Dunn, left corner 3. Way too strong. Airballs it. Last touch by the Tigers, Xavier Hall. Touched it last, and good to see Hall back in the game. He took a hard fall earlier in the first half.
Well, I hate to pile on here, Cyrus, but when you looked at the stats coming into this game, it didn't look like Ouachita was a great shooting team, and unfortunately for them, that's continued here. Just 5 of 23 from the field now.
Riddle drives baseline, cut off. Back to Wilkes. Now Davenport on the Reddies logo. Davenport crosses over, creating space on Scarillo. Davenport now Wilkes. Dribble handoff to Riddle, left wing, circles the arc, throws it inside to Rogers, and over the head, out of the catching radius, and out of bounds. Another turnover by the Reddies, their 9th. Tigers get it back. Ouachita hustling into the front court, down 25. Back door, the Reddies loss can contain on Xavier Hall, who has an easy bucket for the Tigers. Other way, Reddies with it now. Xavier Davenport bowls over Street, who took the charge. Wipe off the basket, offensive foul on Davenport. That'll be his first and the team's 7th, but not a 1-and-1 as it was an offensive foul. So Reddies up 23, 4:15 left here in the first half. It's been all Henderson State. Street jabbing right, kicks it back to Williams Dunn, now far side. Bankston, crosses over, goes to Hall, baseline J, won't fall. Davenport skies for the rebound for the Reddies. Davenport pushes pace, settles down with the right wing, Gets it back from Wilkes. Now Riddle. Scans options, dribbles with the left hand, and goes to Davenport. Deere now with it. Picks up his dribble. Bounce past Wilkes. Left baseline. Wilkes backs down, had it poked away. Tigers get it back. Another turnover by the Reddies. And Ouachita looks to run. Bankston driving kick. Scarillo puts up the three. This is everything. Riddle, weak side board for HSU. Riddle pushes pace. Heat check three. No good. Rebound. Grabbed by the Tigers. Other way. Williams Dunn throws it away. Deere picked it off for Henderson State. Reddies back with it. 3:15 to play. HSU up 23 and sloppy end-to-end action. Deere inside. Had it blocked. Riddle the offensive board. Riddle lays it up. Won't fall. Riddle gets it again. And this time he puts it up and in over the front rim. And Riddle's now got 17 points. He takes an individual lead again over the Tigers. Riddle with 17. The Tigers with 15. Henderson State with 40. 2:45 to play. Far side, Scarillo. Now Street. Right elbow. Kicks to Williams Dunn. Traveled. Clear as day. 2:39 left in the first half. Henderson State taming the Tigers. The Reddies lead 40-15. 2:39 left in the first frame. We'll take a break on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16 plus ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak, seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks, and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
Brookshire's is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshire's Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshire's online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Henderson State 40, Ouachita Baptist 15. The Reddies running away with it late in the first half. 2:35 left. We're back in action here in the Duke Well Center. Reddies with it. Mason, the backup point guard, drives baseline. Caught in the air, won't fall. Swinford saves it to Deere. Left wing three, bang! What a play by Yuri Swinford. Got the offensive rebound while tapping it to himself, and when falling out of bounds, he made a picture-perfect pass to Deere, who takes and hits the three. Reddies up 28 points. Street with it now, inside the arc. Now right wing behind the circle. Williams Dunn kicks it to Scarillo. Scarillo, skip pass. Street, rise and fire three. Right corner, rolls it home. And Ouachita Baptist finally hits another three, and they're now 2 of 11. The Henderson State Reddies, on the other hand, 8 of 11. Reddies up 25, 43-18. Minute 40 left first half. Mason kicks it to Blair. Offensive foul, Miholcic, who was trying to get position on Matt Stanley away from the ball. That is Miholcic's first, team's 8th, but still not a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Tigers, as it was an offensive foul. Tigers get it back, down a quarter century. 90 seconds to play first half. It's been all Reddies. Henderson State looking for their 5th straight win over the Tigers. Street picks up his dribble. Angles, gives to Williams Dunn. Chests it to Stanley. Now Scarillo pulls it behind the back. Steps into a left wing three. Won't fall. And back to the Reddies it will go. Xavier Hall tried to save it. His left foot, though, was on the line. And the Reddies get it back. 1:15 to play first half. Damian Deere, Jackson, Mississippi native, walks it into the front court for the Reddies. Bounces it to Miholcic at the free throw line. Miholcic spins and kicks back to Deere. Now a minute to play, first half. Deere to Blair, left corner three. off the left side of the rim. Weak side rebound tracked down by Street. Tigers have it. Dangerous pass to Williams down. Now Scarillo goes baseline, cut off. Street again with it. Street jabs right. Hounded by Mason. Street kicks back to Stanley. Steps into a three. Off the mark. Rebound chased down by Miholcic, who gives back to Deere. Henderson State, 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock for the Reddies, and Damian Deere for Henderson State will slow it down as HSU wants one last good look at the basket before halftime. Henderson State up 43-18. Deere, left side screen, Miholcic. Deere goes inside, offensive foul. Matt Stanley draws the charge. And the Tigers now get it back. 11.6 to play in the first half, and the Reddies will take their use it or lose it timeout with 11.6 ticks left on the scoreboard. And David, I don't know what more you can say. I don't think there's an adjective to describe the performance of Malik Riddle in the first half. 17 points for Riddle, 18 points for the Tigers. Until that 3-point make by the Tigers, just about a minute and a half ago by Street, Malik Riddle was beating the Tigers by himself. Riddle had 17 to the Tigers' 15 up to that point, and Riddle's got 5 threes. Just to note, the individual record for threes made in a game by a Henderson State player is Tavares Uzigwe, and correct me if I'm wrong on that pronunciation, David, but he had 9 threes made individually, and Riddle is going to have a chance to tie or take over that record.
Yeah, and if you're in the same breath as him, you're in good company. He was a heck of a player here.
5 seconds left for the Tigers now. Williams done. Throws it away. Other way, Reddies with Deere. 40-footer. Good if it goes. Yes! What an end to the half for Henderson State. David, that's a microcosm of how the first 20 minutes has gone. A turnover by the Tigers and a three-pointer by the Reddies. What a great look up the court by Tomislav Miholcic. And, you know, I hate to bring up a tough and recent memory, though, David, because that was almost the exact same spot on the floor where Damian Deere was on Saturday when he missed what would have been a game-winning three at SAU. This time, not as much on the line, but he drills it, and Henderson State takes a 28-point lead into the locker room.
You almost have to laugh, Cyrus, and I almost did, because, 9 of 13 from 3 here in this half. And you hate to say this, but you almost didn't even need all of them if you're Henderson. Could we have gotten a couple of them on Saturday against Southern Arkansas? But, hey, you'll take them whenever you can get them. That's actually a really good pass by Tom right there to get that outletted to Damian, and that was clear as day. He definitely got that off. And, running out of adjectives here, but a heck of a first half for Henderson State. This game is pretty much over, barring something completely unforeseen. It would be the biggest comeback I've ever seen at any level. So, a dominant effort here in the first half from the Reddies.
The Reddies with 9 threes made in the first half. Just another note as we go to the Holiday Inn Express halftime show. The team record for three-pointers made in a game is 16. The Reddies actually did that last year in this building against Southern Nazarene in what was a blowout victory, as you might imagine. He hit 16 threes. So the Reddies, if they do the same thing in the second half, they're going to break that record. So the Reddies could be going with we could see the best individual three-point shooting performance in Henderson State history with Malik Riddle, and the best team three-point shooting performance in Henderson State history. Again, the Reddies have 9 threes in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, the way this is going, Cyrus, unfortunately, I'm not sure you're going to see a whole lot of Malik Riddle in the second half. I'm sure he'll get his opportunity to get some more shots up, and rightfully so, but I would expect Malik and some of these other guys to take the last few minutes of this game off the way things are going at this moment in time.
We'll take a break. Holiday Inn Express halftime show coming your way when we return. You're listening to Reddies basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia,
or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of the Caddo Center cafeteria that will house an exhibit of Native American artifacts from the Joint Educational Consortium Hodges Collection. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
For Henderson State Ready apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Ready Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game, you can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Ready Bookstore tent during the game. The Ready Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Ready Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Henderson State 46, Ouachita Baptist 18 here at halftime as we bring you the Holiday Inn Express halftime show. If you're taking a trip to Arkadelphia, plan your stay at the Holiday Inn Express of Caddo Valley. Located conveniently off of I-30, the Holiday Inn Express of Caddo Valley is perfect for your next family trip. Give us a call at 870-403-0880. Well, David, we talked about it right before we went to break. Just a magnificent three-point shooting display by the Reddies. Malik Riddle individually 5 for 6 from 3. The Reddies 9 for 13 as a team from 3. There's not much more you can say about Henderson State's three-point shooting, and it's not. These aren't. You shoot 9 for 13. Lucky's not the right word, but Henderson State has worked for these shots. It's not coming off individual plays. It's good ball movement, good plays off a few offensive rebounds, good plays in transitions, and really impressive display by the Reddies.
They've gotten these good shots through the flow of their offense for the most part, and I think the best way of illustrating that is you look at Malik Riddle. He's got 17 points, and he's taken 9 shots, and 3 of those shots came on the same 5-second stretch when he was right around the basket and missed 2 layups and put the other one in. Like, he's taken 6 good looks and basically made them all and then made a layup. That's a good illustration of the fact that Malik hasn't gotten those points forcing it or anything like that. He's getting it in the flow of the offense. He's gotten good looks on good passes, and you nailed it earlier, Cyrus, when you were talking about the assists. I mean, Henderson's got 12 assists on 17 made field goals. That's great, especially for a team that's learning to play together. That shows that these guys are starting to trust each other and moving the ball a lot better. So, I mean, yeah, it's just when you're up by 28 points at halftime, there's not much that needs to be said. Your team's playing pretty well.
The Reddies shoot 51.5% from the floor in the first half, even better from 3. The Reddies 9 of 13 from 3. 8 of 20 from 2, so they're better off taking it from long distance than inside. And the Reddies 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Ouachita Baptist just 7 of 29 from the field. 2 of 13 from three-point range, and 2 of 4 from the line. Individual leaders: Malik Riddle, 17 points, 6 of 9 from the floor, 5 of 6 from 3, 6 rebounds for Riddle, an assist and a steal in 14 minutes. Raekwon Rogers has 8 to go along with 8 rebounds, so he's tracking towards double-double. Raekwon, 3 for 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, and 2 assists for Rogers. Damian Deere, 6 points, 2 for 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 steals for Deere. Xavier Davenport and Quan Marshall each have 5. Jeremiah Toney with 3, and Yuri Swinford off the bench for the Reddies has 2 points. Henry Blair, Tomislav Mihocic, Josh Mason, and Drake Wilkes have not scored for the Reddies. Ouachita Baptist, 3 guys have 4 points. Nobody's got any more for OBU. Bankston, Kane, and Hall each have 4. Street has 3. Smith has 2. And Stanley has 1. Nero, Williams Dunn, and Scarillo have not scored. Henderson State dominating in pretty much every facet of this ball game. The Reddies more than doubling up the Tigers in the rebounding battle. 26 rebounds for the Reddies, 12 boards for the Tigers, as that's just a board domination for HSU. Reddies have 20 points off of, and this is a very telling stat and very interesting, David. The Reddies have 20 points off of 13 OBU turnovers. OBU has just 6 points off of 12 Henderson State turnovers, so Henderson State taking advantage of opportunities there. The Reddies up 16 to 8 in the paint. The Reddies have 13 second chance points to the Tigers 1. They have 15 points on fast breaks. Tigers have none, and it's even on the bench scoring. Henderson State with 8 and Ouachita Baptist with 7, as Henderson State is doing and getting everything they want here in the Duke Well Center tonight, up 46 to 18 at halftime. We'll take a break and be back with a GAC scoreboard update when we return on the Henderson State Sports Network.
What if I said you could help start a small business, make a family's dream of home ownership a reality, or even help a young child learn the importance of saving? Well, if you're banking with Southern Bancorp, you're already doing this and more. Southern Bancorp is a community development bank unlike any other in the state. We were founded on the belief that wealth building is for everyone. That's why we offer a wide variety of financial tools to help people along their path to economic opportunity, no matter their starting point. And when you open a checking or savings account with us, explore small business lending, or get a home loan through Southern Bancorp, you're being a wealth builder too. By banking with Southern Bancorp, you're supporting your own financial journey and also families in your community, dreaming of a brighter future. That's what it means to be wealth builders for everyone. And we hope you'll join us in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to build a brighter future. Stop by any of our locations or visit us on the web at banksouthern.com to learn more. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddy Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that ready spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Follow the Reddies on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Henderson State Athletics, on Twitter at Reddy Athletics, and on Instagram at Reddy_Athletics. Don't forget to use the hashtag #NoMereBeast.
Henderson State University is one of the most affordable universities in Arkansas, and we offer the most competitive scholarships in the state.
Our caring professors will challenge you to achieve your best potential.
With more than 90 student organizations, new residence halls, and the beautiful DeGray Lake State Park just 15 minutes away, you will find the perfect fit at Henderson State.
Come see us in Arkadelphia or visit hsu.edu to learn how you can live ready today.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon. KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Henderson State up 46 to 18 over the Ouachita Baptist Tigers here in the Duke Well Center. It has been domination by the Reddies as Henderson State hits 9 threes in the first half. School record is 16 in a game, so looking forward to seeing if the Reddies can set a school record tonight. But it's been all Reddies as we jump around the GAC to look at what's going on in the rest of the conference with a Great American Conference scoreboard update presented by Southwest Sporting Goods. At Southwest Sporting Goods, we're proud to offer a wide selection of sporting goods to fit your needs. Call us today at 1-888-246-2311 or stop by the store at 115 South 6th Street in Arkadelphia. On the women's side, no action on the east side of the conference. No women's games in Arkansas being played tonight due to COVID-19 protocols. On the west side, all 3 games taking place and some good ones in Oklahoma. East Central, what a 48 hours they've had. They beat number 13 ranked SWOSU on Saturday. They stay in second place on the west side of things with a 62-49 victory over Southeastern Oklahoma State. ECU moves to 5-1 in conference play. Southern Nazarene keeping Oklahoma Baptist winless tonight. The Crimson Storm beat OKBU 71-63, and SWOSU gets back in the win column with an 87-77 victory over Northwestern Oklahoma State up in Alva. On the men's side, we have just one score to report. At least at halftime, the UAM was blowing out Southern Arkansas 49-21 down in Monticello. A pretty shocking score there as UAM and Southern Arkansas look to be pretty evenly matched. Last time we saw, like I said, 49-21 at the half, and some early actions going on other places. With 8 minutes to go in the first half in Ada, Southeastern Oklahoma State leads East Central 24-19. In Shawnee, 5 minutes in, Oklahoma Baptist leads Southern Nazarene 7-4. In Alva, Southwestern Oklahoma State leads the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State 17-13. And in Arkansas, up in Searcy, Arkansas Tech now up 10 on Harding. 6 minutes to play in the first half. The Wonder Boys lead the Bisons 31-21. As we look back here in the Duke Well Center and preview the second half, David, keys to the second half, I think it's just more of the same for the Reddies.
You'd hope so. It's hard to shoot 9 of 13 and a half from the three-point line, but if you're Henderson State, I think you just keep running your offense. You got to keep your foot on the gas. I mean, you're up by 30 points. Again, it would take something pretty miraculous no matter what Henderson State does from this point on. But obviously, you don't want to let Ouachita slip back into this thing. Don't want them to start the half on an 8-0 or 10-0 kind of spurt to give themselves some momentum. So I think if you're Henderson, you put the starters back out here. You're the starters, going another 6-0, 8-0 run. Try to gap this thing a little bit more, and you get this thing out to 30, 35 points. I mean, it's going to be too little too late. So more of the same from Henderson in the second half.
Henderson State will send the 5 starters on the floor for the start of the second. I thought for a second they were going to make some changes. It looked like Yuri Swinford was going to start, but he returns to the bench. Tony, Marshall, Davenport, Rogers, and Riddle start for the Reddies as we kick off the second half with the Reddies leading by 28, 46-18. Henderson State and home whites going left to right. Ouachita Baptist right to left in road blacks. Davenport crosses over, had it poked away, but reclaims it. Reddies trying to set up the offense with Marshall. Marshall drives baseline. Marshall drive and kick. Riddle catch and shoot. Right corner 3. Won't fall. Weak side board track down by Marshall. The Reddies get another shot. Marshall now to Tony. Tony puts it on the deck. Tony, little push shot. A runner. Center of the lane. He rattles it home. The Reddies up by 30. It's their largest lead, 48-18. Ouachita Baptist, first possession of the second half. Bounce pass, right corner. Kane rise and fire 3. Bottoms. Big shot by Kane. And Ouachita Baptist starts the second half with a 3. They're now 3 of 14 for the game. Davenport, too much dribble. Tigers take it away. 3-on-1. Bump and a foul as Bankston drove into Tony. Not much resistance there by Tony. And really, I think Tony's got to make a decision there whether he wants to try to take a charge or foul hard. He didn't put up that much resistance to Bankston, and Bankston makes a nice play to complete the three-point play, or to give himself a chance for a three-point play.
He kind of got caught in between there. You're right, Cyrus. He looked like he wanted to take a charge, realized he didn't have position, didn't take a charge, and didn't put a hand up. So A good start to the half for Ouachita. They get a made three and then a three-point play.
Yeah, 6 in a row now for the Tigers, but still a 24-point lead for the Reddies. HSU doubling up OBU 48-24. Riddle into the front court for Henderson State. Riddle down in the center of the lane, and he is shoved by Matt Stanley. And Riddle went down to the floor hard, David. That looked like a football play.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Elgis liked that foul very much.
I don't know if they're
gonna go look at it right now.
Yeah.
They just told both teams to go to their benches, and the Reddies jumped in there pretty quick.
Yeah.
About to see the replay here in a second. The live video is a few seconds behind the action on the court. To be honest with you, Cyrus, on first glance, it didn't look like he had any intent there. I think he just hit him hard.
Yeah.
He just kind of stepped into him, and Malik went down hard.
I mean, Stanley's a big body, and Riddle's a very quick guy. And when you kind of put those two things together, you can get a serious collision. What are you seeing, David, on the live feed now as we review that play?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I'll be honest with you, Cyrus. I think he does step into him a little bit. He gives him a little bit with the shoulder. I think they're going to call that an intentional foul. It doesn't look like much, but it's just enough of him stepping into it, where because this is a rivalry game.
It almost looked like Stanley was setting a screen on Riddle.
Yeah, he gives him a little bit of the shoulder there on the replay. I think they're going to call this an intentional foul.
We'll see what they decide.
Or a flagrant foul of some kind.
One referee talking to the Reddies bench, the other talking to the Tigers bench.
Flagrant one, Cyrus.
Okay. So we're going to get some free throws, and looks like Riddle will take them as they send the Tigers away from the line. Riddle, one dribble, a spin. Cash gets another. Fakes does the phantom high five.
You got to do your routine.
Love that from Riddle.
No matter who's there, you got to do your routine.
One more. Perfect.
You know a guy that's hit 5 3-pointers and missed 2 free throws like that.
No.
I like his socks, too.
Yeah.
Hard to see what's on them, but they're very colorful.
No, it looks like maybe a sunset. Kind of beach vibes, David. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And Riddle looks ice cold tonight. Ice cold, ice in his veins, hot with the shot as the Reddies have it. Bounce past Tony in the short corner, doubled back to Marshall. Marshall crosses over, drive and kick. Riddle again. Oh, halfway down and out. As Ouachita Baptist has DJ Kane on the ground. Kane gets up slowly and now walks back to the bench. That was away from the ball, so I didn't see how Kane got knocked down. But
I didn't see that one either, but they're gonna go look at it.
That.
So we're about to see. It's gonna be a minute.
Oh boy, I thought that was
that happened fast, so they're gonna have to wait for the live stream to catch up to look at the replay. But I didn't see that one at all. Like you said, it was behind the play, but he went down hard. And I mean, I understand why they're going to look at it. You know, you can't be too careful in these situations. I mean, the fact of the matter is this is a rivalry game where one team is really not having a good night, and frustrations can overflow on both sides in these situations kind of quickly. So I don't blame them for looking at it. All right, here, let's see. I'm looking at the live stream right now. There's nothing there. He just fell down backwards.
And the referees,
he didn't even get touched.
Referees agree. Ouachita Baptist ball. Reddies 50, Ouachita Baptist 24. 18:30 left in this ball game. Tigers darting into the front court with Narrow. Now Smith kicks to Kane, right wing 3. Won't fall, offensive board. Stanley goes up with it, left it short, but is fouled. And Davenport raises the right hand to say, that's on me, the old Charles Oakley volunteer, as Davenport does the smart thing and takes one for Raekwon Rogers, maybe, who was also in the vicinity.
To be frank, so the Cyrus, I mean, even if they had given that to Raekwon, he's done a really good job with fouls here tonight as Stanley misses the first free throw. Raekwon, that would have been his first. So Raekwon still completely free of fouls. A good sign if you're Henderson State.
A great sign. Stanley misses the first free throw. Second one Perfect. Reddies 50, Tigers 25. HSU back with it. Riddle, the game's leading scorer, jogs it into the front court. Arcing pass, Marshall. He brings it back to the top of the key, 35 feet away on the Reddies logo. Marshall bounces to Rogers, spins with the left and faces up. Rogers down the left side lane, drives on Stanley. Fades away, won't fall, weak side board Tigers. Tigers push the pace. Bankston, Euro step around Marshall, left it short, was fouled, and will shoot two. This one will go on Rogers. As you can tell, and credit to the Tigers, David, it really looks like they've picked up the intensity in the second half. Better defense, and they're wasting no time getting to the basket. They're looking to drive inside, put it up, and get fouled.
Definitely a better start to the second half here for Ouachita Baptist. And you're right, they've got a little more pep in their step, so give them credit. I mean, down 30 at halftime, it would be pretty easy to roll over here, but they have not, and they've cut this to a 24-point game now.
Bankston gets one of two. Reddies with the rebound. Davenport flies in across the timeline. And dangerous pass to Rogers. Rogers down to the deck. And jump ball is the call. I thought they were going to get...
That's tough. I thought Raekwon called a timeout. It did not look like a jump ball from our vantage point, but...
Not a great decision by Davenport on the entry pass. Didn't really have a lane to throw it to, and that's another turnover by Henderson State. The Reddies 14th with 17:38 and counting left in this ball game. And the touch foul on Tony, overzealous with the interception, and that's 4 on Tony now, David. Just not really a smart foul on Tony, as he's going to check out of the game with 4 fouls in just 12 minutes played. So big minutes upcoming here for Yuri Swinford off the bench.
And Yuri's also got 2 fouls, I believe, Cyrus. So it'll be interesting to see if they go right after Yuri.
Stanley near the left elbow, leaves it off to Kane. Kane hangs in the air, back to Bankston. Bankston drives baseline, up and under move. And Bankston is fouled, and now the foul's really starting to pile up on the Reddies. I didn't see much there on Raekwon Rogers. I thought he was held up like I thought he was a statue there, and Bankston drives inside. Already the 5th team foul on the Reddies with 17:22 left to play in the second half, as Ouachita Baptist is trying to crawl back in this game. Long way to go still, but getting in the bonus early in the half is a great way to do that, as Damian Deere checks back in the game for the Reddies.
And I'll say too, Cyrus, I mean, at this point, foul discrepancy is getting a little odd. 14 fouls called on Henderson, just 4 in the entire game for Ouachita. I realize that sounds weird when you're up by 25 points, but something to keep an eye on.
Davenport breaking the Tigers' press. 2-on-1, bounce pass Rogers. Rogers hammered from behind, and he takes a hard foul. Rogers on the deck, so is Kendarius Smith. Smith took a hit too. Smith may have gotten the brunt of that as Rogers flailed his arms as he went down to the floor. I don't think they're intent on any of that contact, but we've had some really hard falls in this game for either team. I hope this is nothing more than Kendarius Smith having the wind knocked out of him or something temporary, because he's lying on the hardwood and now is, I think, going to be pulled up onto his knees and onto his feet by the Ouachita training staff, and boy, that was a big collision between two stout bodies there, 2 seniors colliding in the air. And again, we'll go back and look at the video and the monitor on that. And David, I'm not sure what you see.
I don't think that's a flagrant foul. I mean, he goes for enough of the ball. He gets Raekwon on the head, but he doesn't. It's not over the top. I don't think they're going to call that a flagrant foul. Just you get a guy airborne, 2 big guys, they hit each other and they both go down hard. That, I think, and it looks like the officials have agreed. I don't think that's a flagrant. There's nothing there, just a hard collision, and that happens sometimes.
So Rogers, the lefty, back to the line, shooting 2. Too strong on the first. Second one on the way for Rogers. Missed them both. Tapped out, rebound Ouachita. Tigers back with it, 17-10 left. Henderson State up 22. Stanley, top of the key, shaded left. Ball over the head, leaves it for Narrow, and another reach-in foul on the Reddies, their 6th team foul. And David, this is interesting. Raekwon Rogers had 7 rebounds at halftime, and Raekwon Rogers on the halftime stats had 8 rebounds, and now on the left stats has 7. So maybe a reconfigured rebound, but either way, just notice that little tidbit there. Entry pass to Kane, right block, fadeaway jumper, little Dirk Nowitzki action, and Kane drills it. And a ticky-tack foul now called on the Tigers, their 3rd team foul of the half. And Ouachita Baptist, they trailed by 30, and now trail by 20. Again, still a long ways to go for the Tigers, but they've been the better team so far since intermission.
Well, we said what you don't want is an 8-0 or 10-0 spurt at the beginning of the second half for Ouachita Baptist. That's exactly what you've gotten. It's 12-4 Ouachita in the second half, and we are now officially in crazier things have happened territory.
Henderson State back with it. Damian Deere handles on Scarillo. The Spaniard guards Deere. Deere behind the back, pulls it out. Top of the key on the Reddies logo, 40 feet away. Gets a left side screen from Swinford. Picks up his dribble, goes to Miholcic. Miholcic, left elbow, fires it past to Blair. Blair slips out of bounds. And the Reddies turn it over again. Now 15 turnovers by the Reddies, and it's been an ugly start to the second half for Henderson State. HSU 1 for 4 from the field and 3 turnovers. Tigers have it back down 20, 16-20 to play. Stanley pivots, gives to Scarillo. Scarillo bounces to Bankston. Bankston got caught in the air and traveled with it. Good closeout by Yuri Swinford to make Bankston think about that 3. And Ouachita Baptist gives it back to the Reddies. Both teams turning the ball over at a very high rate. Damian Deere, 2-on-1. Deere bumped by Stanley, and Stanley gets called for the block. Stanley tried to take the charge. It is Stanley's 2nd personal, 4th team foul on the Tigers. It's hard. Really, we've had no continuity, David, in the second half. Lots of whistles, lots of fouls, lots of bricks.
Well, there was only 1 foul in the first, 9 minutes of the first half, and there have been 10 fouls called in the first not even 4 minutes of this half. So it's like I said in the first half, if you're going to let them play, you got to let them play the whole game, and it just hasn't been that way here in the second half.
And another foul as Swinford pivots out of a double team. That is on Davion Bankston, his first, so now the foul's getting evened up a bit. 6 on the Reddies, 5 on the Tigers, and this could be a long night as both teams inching close to the 1-1 with over 16 minutes to play in the ball game. Reddies have it in the front court, poked away. Swinford gets it back. Henderson State looking for their first bucket in close to 3 minutes. Miholcic, backdoor, Blair steps around Bankston, and that is a blocking foul, and that is an embellishment, David. I don't think there was much there, and a good call by the referee as Blair steps around Davion Bankston. And here's my thing, David. I want to keep it here and talk about this. Davion Bankston is kind of says, what did I do for the foul? And if you take a charge and fall to the floor and say what did I do, as if to say there wasn't any contact, then that's kind of saying a backwards way of saying that you may have gone down too easily. And don't mean to pick on Bankston. I just think it's an issue in college basketball where we've seen it all the time is some charges being called that there was little to no contact, and I think that may have been an example there, David. I don't know what you're seeing on the monitor.
I just watched it back, and again, not trying to pile on, but that's a pretty obvious flop. A guy steps to the side of you and you go flying backwards. I mean, to be honest with you, Cyrus, given that they've already been given a flopping warning, they're lucky they didn't get another one right there, which I think results in a technical if you get 2 of them, because that's an egregious flop. So, yeah. Again, we see it a lot in college basketball. It goes both ways. The UAM game in particular, we saw it on both sides, and both sides were rewarded for it. But I know that it's a point of emphasis this season in college basketball. So good to see good to see that they got that one right,
Yeah.
because Henry Blair was totally under control, sidestepped the defender, who then goes flailing backwards, and Henry rightfully gets the 2 free throws at the line.
That was the 6th team foul on the Tigers, but Blair will go to the line, as they're going to say he was in the act of shooting. Blair did not score on Saturday against Southern Arkansas. He had 5 on this past Thursday night against Arkansas Tech in the Reddies' 4-point win.
These are just his 3rd and 4th free throws of the season right here for Blair. He was 1 of 2 for his first 2 free throws.
Rolls home the first. Henderson State, not frequent visitors to the line tonight. They've done most of their damage from behind the arc. Blair gets them both. And the Reddies break a 3+ minute scoring drought there. HSU leads by 22, 52-30. 15-50 and counting left to go in this ball game. Far side, the Tigers have it. Bankston, now Stanley. Backdoor narrow. Catches and gives to Scarillo. Scarillo drives baseline. Back to Stanley. Stanley up and in with the right hand. Nice move by Stanley. Good side-to-side ball movement by the Tigers, who now trail by 20. Damian Deere lost it, gets it back. Inside, little push shot from the left elbow, won't fall. Inside, last touched by Narrow, and the Tigers can't control the carom. Henderson State will get it back from underneath. Xavier Davenport and Malik Riddle back into the game for the Reddies, replacing Henry Blair and Damian Deere. Marshall. Now to Riddle. Marshall gets it back, right corner, thought about the 3. Now back to Riddle. Riddle lost control. It's on the deck. Riddle is tied up, and it'll stay with the Reddies. It looked like Riddle just took his eye off that one, David. He got a nice bounce pass from Marshall and was just looking at what he was going to do before he caught that basketball.
Looking to put that one up, I'm sure, and who can blame him the way he shot the ball here tonight. But you're right, he just kind of got away from him, took his eyes off of it. Good to get back on it, though, and that jump ball that went against the Reddies in the corner now comes back to help them right there. They get to retain possession.
Reddies just 1 for 5 from the field in the second half. As we approach the 15-minute mark, Marshall crosses over, left the jumper short, offensive board, Miholcic back up with it, around and out. Down low still Luch. Miholcic again traveled with it, and the Reddies turn it over after a couple of misses.
That's a good look for Quan right there, though. That's their best look in a long time. He got a wide-open 15-foot jumper, just couldn't roll it in, and then Big Tom got a nice offensive rebound, put back that just rolled out. I mean, sometimes that happens, but you'll take that offensive possession if you're Henderson.
Ouachita Baptist down 20, 52-32. Reddy's largest lead was 30. They led 48-18, so the Tigers trying to crawl out of the cellar here as Stanley dribbles it and hands it off to Scarillo. Scarillo cashes in from just behind the free throw line. Scarillo on the board with his first field goal, now 1 for 6. It's an 18-point Reddies lead, 52-34. Davenport, hounded by Scarillo, gets around Stanley. Davenport now, one hands to Riddle. Riddle drives inside, and a bump will be whistled on the Tigers. That'll be charged to DJ Kane, his first, and Malik Riddle to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Riddle already has set a season and career highs. This is his first season with the Reddies. First free throw drops home. And David, you mentioned Riddle being a good free throw shooter earlier. He was a little suspect from the floor first couple games. Yet he was 4 for 6 and then 6 for 10. Last 3 outings for the Reddies, 3 for 4, 5 for 5, 1 for 1, and looking to make it 4 for 4 here. And he does.
Those look pure, Cyrus. Malik is just really smooth. That's like the one word I would use to describe Malik Riddle. A very smooth basketball player.
Absolutely. He's the creamy brand of peanut butter. 14-20 left. Reddy's up 20. 54-34. Kane, deep 3. Weak side board by the Reddies as Kane was way too strong. Josh Mason for HSU into the front court. Riddle, catch and shoot, left corner 3. Nails it! Riddle on fire. He's got 24 points for HSU, who all of a sudden is back up 23. Stanley, catch, drive inside. Offensive foul, clear as day. Xavier Davenport draws it. The X-Man takes the charge, and Henderson State on a little 5-0 spurt courtesy of Malik Riddle.
And see, that's backbreaking if you're Ouachita Baptist. You got a little momentum. You're winning the half 16-6, and then bang, bang. Malik Riddle gives you 5, and all of a sudden it's 23 again. And that's just tough if you're Ouachita Baptist because everything has to go right for you to erase a 30-point deficit. You can't let the other team have 5-0 or 6-0 runs.
Mason into the front court for the Reddies, shielding on Kane. And Kane into the body of Mason, a little overzealous on defense, and now Josh Mason will have a chance to go to the line for his first free throws in a couple weeks now, David. Mason was 4 for 6 from the line at Arkansas Tech on January 9th. Those are his only trips to the charity stripe this season.
Interesting that he got to the line 6 times in that game. He had a career-high 10 points in that game in what was only his second college game.
Mason, good on the first. Henderson State, excellent from the line tonight. Reddies are 10 of 12. 83.3%. One more for Mason. Number 2 straight through. Reddies on a 7-0 run.
Mason also, I meant to mention this earlier, he made a nice pass to Malik there in the corner. He was bringing the ball up a couple of possessions ago. He set Malik up for that three-pointer.
Reddies back up a quarter century, 59-34. Scarillo, no angle on the baseline, works it left wing to Williams Dunn. Williams Dunn pounds the rock. Back to Hull. He drives the left baseline. Pass deflected, but it gets to Street. Street. Now Kane. Long 2 left wing rattles home for Kane. And a tough shot. Kane hits it. The Tigers back on the board with 2, breaking a 7-0. Reddies run. Riddle the other way for Henderson State. Riddle steps around DJ Kane. Boy, David, you just mentioned how smooth Riddle was. That was awfully silky. Riddle has 26 for HSU. Tigers other way with it. Power dribble for Hall at the right block. That won't fall. Rebound, track down, saved by Rogers, but the Pumpkin clipped the end line, and it'll stay with the Tigers. 12:51 left. Henderson State up 61-36.
Yeah, that's a big-time finish by Malik down at the other end. Just a nice Euro step to get a wide-open layup. Malik is having himself one heck of a game here tonight.
Raekwon Rogers had 27 last year, which was the most points in a game individually by a Reddy. Riddle needs one more bucket to surpass that, which is pretty darn impressive given the amount of guys the Reddies had last year who could really fill it up. Tigers back with it. Kane behind the back. Right elbow Jay. Won't fall. Great block out and rebound by Rogers. HSU back with it. Mason kicks to Blair. Right corner 3. No good. Swinford has it ripped away by Kane. Kane looks to push tempo for OBU. 4-on-4. Street drives inside. Street rejected by Rogers. Riddle the rebound. Riddle gives to Mason. Mason catch and shoot 3. That's way short. Tigers get it back. Tigers have it. Scarillo goes to Street. Transition 3. That won't go. Riddle, the rebound for the Reddies, slows it down after some end-to-end action and a whole lot of bricks being thrown up by either squad. Under 12 to play, and the Reddies take a timeout. 11:54 left in the Duke Well Center. It's already 61-36. You're listening to Reddies basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Printmania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Brookshire is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshire's Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshire's online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Henderson State weathering a bit of a Ouachita Baptist storm. Ouachita Baptist was down 30, cut it to 18, but the Reddies back in control, up 25 behind Malik Riddle, who is putting on one of the best individual performances I have seen in my days calling Reddies basketball. Riddle, 26 points in 20 minutes for the Reddies. Go along with 8 boards, 6 for 9 from 3. He's been impressive.
He really has, Cyrus, and that's saying a lot because we've seen some good ones. We saw Kalen Tappan score almost 40 at Arkansas Tech one time. Saw Chris Parker put up 20 or so in Ouachita several times. I mean, we've seen some good ones, but you're right. This one is up there.
Ouachita moves to his zone. Wilkes kicks to Chenault. Chenault catch and shoot. Right wing 3. No good. The tap in by Raekwon Rogers on the weak side. Looked like a volleyball player there, David. A little Taylor Scalzi tap. And the Reddies back up 27, 63-36. Other side, Tigers with it. A 3 up and in by Williams Dunn. And the Reddies now up 24, 63-39. 11:15 left in this ball game. Right elbow, Wilkes pivots and faces up. Wilkes spins right on Jacob Street, and Wilkes scores over him. Great move by Wilkes.
Wilkes is a skilled player. I've watched him a couple times this season make some really skilled plays, and that was another one of them. And that was a nice move from Drake.
Tigers have it back. Short on the shot, Street. Inside Bankston, the O board and the putback. Bankston has had a nice game for Ouachita. He's got a dozen for the Tigers, who trail the Reddies by 24. 10:40 to play. Mason, drive and kick. Chenault, 3. Drills it from the left corner. Graham Chenault into the score column. Henderson State hits their 11th-3. Tigers the other way. Wild shot by Kane. Won't fall. Reddies 4-on-4. Chenault goes to Rogers. Rogers faces up on Bankston. Rogers takes contact and doesn't care. He scores through it. Flexes the biceps, and Rogers goes to the line to complete the 3-point play.
Heck of a take there by Raekwon. And I love the no question, no hesitation from Grant Chenault in the corner. He pulled that one with no hesitation and absolutely drained it. That's got to be a confidence booster for Graham.
Well, the Reddies had their 30-point lead cut down to 18. With a Rogers free throw, it goes back to 30. We'll see if Rogers can put it on the board, complete the play when we return. You're listening to Reddies Basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16-plus ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks, and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
Picture this. It's Monday afternoon and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee $7.99 plus tax, of course. Now, picture this. It's Friday and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee more than you paid Monday. You feel bamboozled. But then you hear this.
Domino's is now extending its $7.99 large 3-topping carryout deal to all day, every day.
And so you danced and ate Domino's. Carryout only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. Reddies up 29 points, looking to make it 30 with a Raekwon Rogers free throw. As he completed the play, got fouled before the under 12 media timeout. Rogers, the lefty, sinks it. The Reddies back up 30. That equals their largest lead. The Reddies were up 48-14, now up 71-41 as Rogers checks out with a rebound shy of a double-double, 13 points, 9 boards for Rogers, 5 of 8 from the floor.
And since Ouachita started the half on a 16-6 run, it's a 19-7 run for Henderson.
The Tigers have it in the front court. Kane, Euro step inside, lost control. The caromed back to the Tigers. Kane gets it back at the left block, and he's fouled from behind. Tag it on Henry Blair. And Kane will shoot 2 free throws. Just back to Rogers for a quick second, David. I want to take note of this. Rogers, 9 rebounds tonight. He needed 2 to pass Steve Parallon and Lee Clay for 14th all-time. Rogers also with 13 rebounds tonight, passes Nikki Arinzi for 13th all-time. Rogers coming into this one had 541 rebounds. Arinzi had 553 in his career for the Reddies. So Raekwon Rogers moving up in the record books this season, as he is he's been fun to watch for 4 years now at HSU. Other way for the Reddies is 2 free throws fall home for Kane. Miholcic, little push shot from 4 feet, too strong. Tigers get it back. Other way, Bankston. Tough shot from the left block as he flew down the floor, won't go. Chenault rebounds for HSU. Chenault pushes pace. Chenault at the free throw line. Rise, turns down the shot. No look inside to Miholcic. What a move and what a pass by Chenault. Miholcic, the beneficiary. Other way, slapped away. Scariolo gets it back out to Street. Street, bounce past Scariolo. Scariolo. Now Kane, Street again once more. Top of the key, thought about the 3, now goes to Williams-Dunn. Williams-Dunn. Right wing, NBA range for Kane. That's no good. Weak side board grabbed by Mason, who flies in to control it. Mason other way. Gets it to Wilkes. Kick out Chenault. Right wing. Chenault leaves it for Wilkes. Wilkes in the right corner. Henderson stayed up 30. Under 9 to play now in the second half. End-to-end action. Hard to catch my breath here in the Duke Well Center. Miholcic, left side of the lane, backing down on Scariolo. And Scariolo, no choice there but to reach in and foul, as Miholcic had about 8 inches and probably 70 pounds on Scariolo, as Miholcic will go to the line for what will be 2 shots. Ouachita Baptist has committed 10-plus fouls.
This will be interesting for Big Tom. He's been sitting on a perfect free throw percentage all year, 2 for 2. Let's see if he can keep that perfect free throw percentage intact. I jinxed him. I'm
David.
sorry. That's my fault.
I'm gonna tell Big Tom about that. Not a guy you want on your bad list.
Definitely not. Tom's got about a foot height-wise on me and probably 100 pounds.
I think you could take him. Tom gets 1 of 2. Reddies up 31. 8:40 to play. The Reddies tracking towards their 5th straight win over the Tigers. First time they've done that in 20 years. Bankston, right corner 3. Line drive jumper, it falls. And Bankston has been one of the few positives offensively for the Tigers. He's got 15 points. Other way, Mason threw it away. Tigers running with it. 2-on-2. Scariolo won't fall with a left hand. Blocked by Wilkes. Reddies running the other way. 5-on-4. Mason kicks to Chenault. Rise and fire. 3. That's too strong over the back on Henry Blair. And Ouachita Baptist is going to walk to the other end and shoot a 1-and-1, as that is the 8th team foul on the Reddies with 8:08 to play in the second half, as both teams, I think, are going to go pretty deep on their bench tonight. But Ouachita Baptist a little short-handed. Ouachita missing Madarius Hobson, Leon Kalinick, and Kobe Dunlap today. So this is not, the Reddies are, barring a miracle, the Reddies are going to win this ball game, but this is not Ouachita Baptist at full strength, and Henderson State. I don't think they're going to have their next 2 meetings decided by around 30 points. As like I said, Ouachita Baptist, a couple key players out tonight.
Certainly not at full strength. I mean, you look at it, they've really only had 2 practices. They had a practice on Friday before playing on Saturday, and they probably had one yesterday, if I had to guess. So 2 practices, 2 games after sitting out for 2 weeks. That's tough.
2 free throws for Kane. Reddies get it back. HSU up 26, 74-48. Jalen Farrell drives in, throws up a wild shot, rolls off the front rim. Ouachita rebounds. Tigers other way, 2-on-2. Kane leaves it for Bankston. A flush as he turns the lane into a work zone. Bankston elevates and finishes hard. Back to a 24-point game, 74-50. Davion Bankston, 17 points for OBU on 6 of 9 shooting. He's been impressive today. Like I said, one of the few bright spots for OBU. Bounce pass Miholcic at the free throw line. And 3-second call on Miholcic as he camped out in the lane. Reddies give it back. 7:25 left here in the Duke Well Center. Reddies 74, Tigers 50 on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation. Locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of the Caddo Center cafeteria that will house an exhibit of Native American artifacts from the Joint Educational Consortium Hodges Collection. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. It's been a fun one here in the Duke Well Center. The Reddies up 24, 7:25 left. As the Tigers get it back, Henderson State led by as many as 30 a couple times. The Reddies led 48-18. They led, actually by 31 was their largest lead, 74-43. Tigers with a little 7-0 run the last minute. They're looking to make it a 9-0 run here, maybe 10-0 as Smith takes a three, leaves it short. Rebound tapped out by Swinford, and the Tigers will get another crack at it as the shot clock resets to 20. Raekwon Rogers checks back into the ball game, replacing Drake Wilkes. Rogers looking for his second double-double of the year, just one rebound away. Malik Riddle also checking in, leading in the scoring column. Riddle has 26 for the Reddies. Tigers back in motion. Stephon Taube, freshman out of El Dorado, Arkansas, handling for the first time for the Tigers. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the black and purple on the far side of the floor in front of us. 15 on the shot clock. Bounce pass narrowed. Guarded by Davenport. Narrow angles right. Throws to Kane. Kane takes and misses the three, but is fouled by Jalen Farrell. And Kane is going to go to the line to shoot three free throws, I believe. So Farrell commits the cardinal sin, and then some, fouling not only the jump shooter, but a three-point jump shooter.
Uri just jumped the passing lane a second ago, playing aggressive defense. That time the aggressive defense bites him, doesn't give Kane any space to land, and they're going to call that every time, especially in front of the Ouachita bench.
Kane misses the first of three. Now 5 of 7 from the line. Make him 6 for 8.
Kane's had a pretty nice game. 16 points now, 4 of 10 from the field. Gotten to the line 7 times. He's been a productive player tonight. Him and Bankston have really provided all the scoring for Ouachita tonight.
You took the words out of my mouth, David. Kane gets 2 of 3. And it's a 22-point lead for the Reddies. 74-52, under 7 to play here in the Duke Well Center. Davenport crossing over and working on Smith as he dribbles into the front court. Swinford, a rip through, leaves it off to Riddle. Riddle, now Farrell, rise and fire, NBA three, wet.
And that's what Jalen Farrell can provide. He hit 130 of those at his JUCO Owens Community College last season. That's his first basket as a Reddy right there.
Farrell in on the action, and now every Reddy who has played has scored. Taube had it ripped away. Riddle, one-on-one to the basket. Riddle hangs and hits. Too easy for Malik Riddle. Give him 28.
That's the most points scored by Reddy in each of the last 2 seasons right there, Cyrus. And now 13 players with that Farrell basket have scored tonight for Henderson.
6:10 left. Reddies 79, Tigers 52. Left corner, Bankston crosses over on Rogers, and Rogers gives Bankston the arm bar, and initially Rogers was confused by the call, and I think it took him a few seconds to realize that was a hand check, and freedom. That's a freedom of movement call, and pretty clear. We'll send Bankston to the line to shoot two free throws. That's a double bonus now for the Tigers.
Raekwon went through the 3 stages of grief really quickly right there. Denial, and eventually it came to acceptance very quickly.
2 free throws up and in for Bankston. Under 6 to play now. Reddies up a quarter century, 79-54. Davenport, top of the key, hedged off by Bankston. Now Swinford drives left, gets around Tabe. Swinford, hack from behind. Give him the hoop, add the harm. Swinford to the line to complete the three-point play.
Really nice take there by Yuri. He used the fact that Jalen had just hit a three-pointer against the Ouachita defense, kind of faked the handoff, went straight to the basket, finished with the hoop and the harm. Really good take there by Yuri.
He completes the three-point play with the free throw. Swinford with 5. Tigers the other way. Bankston, top of the key 3. Way too strong. Rebound Rogers. That's a double-double for Raekwon. Other way Riddle. Riddle crosses over Riddle. Wild shot. It falls. Well, it's that kind of night for Malik Riddle. A trapeze act for Riddle. He's got 30. Tigers back with it, down 30. 5:20 left. Drive and kick. Smith gives to Bankston. Left corner 3. Not this time. Farrell, weak side board. Henderson State back with it. A bucket gives them their largest lead. Farrell, heat check 3. Won't go. Rebound Bankston. We got a rec center game going on right now, David. Either way, as Tabe steps into a long distance 3 and he rattles it home. Tabe into the score column with a long distance bomb, and a timeout now called by Henderson State.
I think they were just trying to get Raekwon Rogers off the court. He was trailing that play. Looked like he may have tweaked an ankle or something. I think that's the much bigger concern than that made three-pointer if you're Henderson State. Hopefully that will probably be the last we see of Raekwon.
Yes.
Got his double-double, and he is walking off under his own power, so hopefully Raekwon is okay. But I do not think you're going to see Raekwon Rogers for the rest of this game.
Reddies up 27, 84-57, 4:50 and counting. Wilkes turns, gives to Davenport. Davenport, rise and fire 3, left it short. Offensive board, That was, I thought Swinford had a beat on that ball, but Scarillo at the last moment got underneath Swinford and took it away from him. And now they'll whistle that on Swinford, so unfortunate for Swinford, the Bloomington, Illinois native. And now a miscommunication. Referees couldn't decide initially who that foul was on, and looks like Scarillo will go to the line to shoot 2, as the Reddies have 10-plus fouls whistled on them in this half. That was Swinford's 3rd, David. Scarillo to the line, shooting a pair. Misses the first. Scarillo has struggled with his shot tonight, just 1 for 7 in 20 minutes. Done a good job distributing the ball. 4 assists, no turnovers for the freshman. He gets 1 of 2.
Well, unfortunately for Ouachita, he's not the only one who's struggled tonight. Scarillo 1 of 7, Street 1 of 5, Smith 1 of 5, Stanley 1 of 6. So not a good shooting night for the Tigers.
The Reddies go the other way. Up 26, 84-58. Davenport, now Riddle far side. Farrell comes to get it, now on the logo, center court. 10 to shoot. Farrell angles left, gets a screen by Wilkes. Farrell, scoop shot, falls off the rim. Rebound, Smith. Smith throws it up the court with a baseball heave, and Davenport with an easy interception. Reddies get it right back after Ouachita's 17th turnover.
Cyrus, you nailed it a minute ago. This really is starting to look like a rec game out here. A lot of sloppy play here down the stretch.
Riddle fades away, cashes in. Right side of the lane from 14 feet. Malik Riddle is absolutely money tonight. He's got 32. Other way, Jacob Street inside. He's fouled on a runner. He'll go to the line to shoot one more, as Jacob Street hits his 2nd field goal, and he'll try to add one more when we return. 4th and final media timeout of the second half. 3:45 left. Henderson State in control, up 26 on the Reddies Radio Network.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks. Perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddy Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that ready spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
What if you could help someone start a small business, make a family's dream of homeownership a reality, or even help a young child learn the importance of saving? By banking with Southern Bancorp, you're supporting your own financial journey and also families in your community dreaming of a brighter future. That's what it means when we say we're wealth builders for everyone. And we hope you'll join us in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to build a brighter future. Stop by any of our locations or visit us on the web at banksouthern.com to learn more. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center here on the campus of Henderson State University, and it has been all Reddies here tonight. Henderson State led this one at the half, 46-18, and the Tigers have really not had many answers for Henderson State's shooting barrage from the opening tip. The Reddies started hot and have continued their three-point shooting. Reddies now 12 of 24 from long distance tonight as Jacob Street completes the three-point play out of the timeout. Reddies up a quarter century, 86-61, 3:35 left in our ball game. Riddle goes to Davenport, far side. Davenport crosses over, drives baseline. Now Farrell inside the lane, drive and kick. Riddle, another three. Won't fall. Rebound skied and grabbed by Bankston. Bankston up the floor to Scarillo. Scarillo touch pass Smith. Smith gives to Williams Dunn. Now right corner Street, left it way short. Rebound Riddle. He runs away with it for the Reddies and now settles down in the front court with 3 minutes left. 86-61, Henderson State in the lead. Davenport goes to Farrell. Nice catch by Farrell to prevent that ball flying out of bounds. Farrell throws it away. Miscommunication between Farrell and Kevon Key, who is playing for the. Kevon Key got in very briefly, just 1 minute played this season at Arkansas Tech, and the Reddies blowout victory up in Russellville. And just a miscommunication as a lot of newcomers try to get on the same page here in the waning moments of our Monday night matchup.
Kayvon Key was a big-time high school player for Tulsa Memorial in Oklahoma. He played with two guys that went to Oklahoma State, and they won 3 state championships. He was, as a senior, a finalist for Tulsa All-World Area Player of the Year, which is a big-time award. So he's going to be a really good player for Henderson State. Still trying to learn the ropes right now. He's going to get a chance to play a little bit here in the last 3 minutes.
You know who Kevon Key reminds me of is Rel Johnson. He's got his number, he's got his body, and Rel and Kevon both built like linebackers. I think if Scott Maxfield were to see these guys in the dining room, he'd try to put a helmet on them. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Kevon Key can contribute to this program as he matures and spends some time in the Jimmy Elgas system as the Tigers go 1 of 2 from the foul line. Reddies have it back up 24, 86-62, 2.5 to play here in the Duke Well Center. Wilkes takes the handoff, goes inside, gets it to Key. Key lost it. Never really got it. As the Tigers have it back in the front court with Smith. Smith, he lost control. Chenault comes up with it. Chenault now throws it away. It is ugly here in the Duke Well Center last couple minutes. Smith drives around Chenault, lost it, and he'll go to the free throw line with 2:06 left here in the ball game. 21 turnovers for the Reddies, David. If you would have told me the Reddies turned the ball over 21 times tonight, I would not have expected the Reddies to win by tracking towards 20 points.
No, but that's just been that good of a shooting night for Henderson State. You just look at what they've done, particularly somebody like Malik Riddle. Anytime you shoot 12 of 25 from 3, shoot 50% from the floor, and the other team shoots 34%, 6 of 25 from 3, it's going to usually be a pretty good night for you, regardless of how many times you turn the ball over.
Yeah, Smith gets 1 of 2. 2 minutes to play now. Reddies up 23. Wilkes at the right elbow goes behind the back, creates space on Bankston, and puts it up and in. Second really impressive take by Drake Wilkes. He had a nice move to the basket earlier and showing his offensive prowess. Wilkes 2 for 2 in 13 minutes. Tigers have it back. Scarillo leaves it for Bankston. Bankston lost control. Mason for the Reddies. into the front court. Mason, heat check three. Yes! Mason rattles it home. That was a Steph Curry play, pulling up on the fast break. Reddies 91, Tigers 63. Smith to the basket. Scoop shot with the left hand, up and in, little kiss for Smith. Reddies again running with it. Drive and kick. Kevon Key rise and fire. That won't go. And it'll stay with the Reddies. Last touch by Smith. Reddies up 91-65, 26-point lead, 1:08 to play.
And this may not seem like much, but a good confidence boost for guys like Josh Mason, Graham Chenault, who have played minutes in games that have been tight. A good chance for them to get the win under their sails and get things going here.
Kevon Key, step back three. Cash! Oh, Kevon Key just put Jacob Street in the spin cycle.
The Reddies bench is loving it.
The socially distanced Reddies bench has room to celebrate. Street drives baseline for the Tigers. HSU up 29. Scarillo bumped. Foul on Farrell. His second. Scarillo back to the line to shoot two more for the Tigers. As Henderson State on their way to the biggest victory over Ouachita Baptist since the GAC was formed about a decade ago.
So listen to this. 14 players have scored now for Henderson. 3 for Chenault, 5 for Mason, 3 for Farrell, 3 for Key, 4 for Wilkes, 5 for Davenport, 6 for Deere, 5 for Tony, 5 for Marshall, 2 for Blair, 5 for Swinford, 3 for Miholcic, and 32 for Malikra.
That's talking teamwork, David. That's what you like to see. A couple free throws fall for Scarillo. Reddies have it in the front court, up 27, 94-67. Reddies can either take a shot clock violation or they can put up a shot. Mason will put up a shot. Long distance three, missed it. Wilkes the offensive board and the putback. Wilkes with 6, 3 for 3 for Wilkes. And shot clock now off as Josh Mason on the floor. Chenault runs it into the front court and shows off some sportsmanship, clears it out. Chenault had a 2-on-1. And Chenault, the heady play by the redshirt sophomore. Time ticks off the clock. The Reddies win it. As the buzzer sounds, Henderson State blows out the Tigers 96-67. The Reddies' largest margin of victory against the Tigers in the last 10 years. And I'll have to check the record books, David. This might be the biggest victory for the Reddies over the Tigers in school history. This is a rivalry game. Most of the times in rivalry games, they're pretty close. This one was not. HSU wins by 29 and improves to 3-4 and really build some confidence. And this is one to build on as you really get into the teeth of the conference schedule.
Certainly, this is a confidence booster. I mean, you started the season 2-4, which, as we touched on, not what the Reddies wanted, not what anybody would want, but they've been in some close games and still trying to figure each other out. And certainly, beating your rival by 30 points is a good feeling and something that really should give them a lot of confidence going into what will be a much tougher game on Thursday night in Monticello against UAM. And then they've got another home game on Saturday at home against Harding, a team that got them on the road in Searcy earlier this year. So this was a little bit of a get-right game tonight for Henderson State, and now that they've gotten right, they're going to have 2 big tests coming later this week.
Reddies win it 96-67. We'll wrap it up on the Wendy's postgame show. When we come back, you're listening to Reddies basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. You are listening to the Wendy's postgame show. Wendy's is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. You can stop by Wendy's at 3130 Pine Street after the game. Wendy's is fresh and never frozen. Well, the Reddies tamed the Tigers tonight. Henderson State 96, Ouachita Baptist 67. It was a 7-7 game early on. Then the Reddies put their foot on the gas and never looked back. Henderson State went on a 31-6 run. At one point, they led by 28 at halftime. Ouachita Baptist threw a jab, a punch you might say, in the second half, but it was going to take more than a miracle to come back. The Tigers cut it to 18. Henderson State, though, ran out, got it back to 30, and the Reddies win by 29, winning their fifth straight over the Tigers and improving to 3-4 on the season. Post-game stats now presented by Southwest Auto Collection. Southwest Auto offers the best in American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located at 10th Street in Arkadelphia or online at idriveswa.com. The Reddies shoot 34 for 68 from the field, 14 of 29 from 3, 48% there, 14 of 17 from the line. So a 50-48-82 split. That's going to win you games about 99% of the time, and it gets the Reddies a blowout here. Ouachita Baptist, alternatively, 20 for 57, 35%, 6 of 25 from 3, just 24%, 21 of 29 from the line, 72%. Individual leaders, boy, Malik Riddle, what a game by the Holly Springs, Mississippi native. The Mississippi man was showing off his mojo today. Riddle, 32 points in just 24 minutes, 11 of 17 from the floor, 6 of 10 from three-point range. He started 4 for 4, 4 of 4 from the line, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Boy, it doesn't get much better than Malik Riddle.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, that's a big-time performance. That's the most points anybody's scored for Henderson State in at least the last 2 years. We'll have to go back to check and see exactly how long it's been, but the only one that comes to mind was when Kalen Tappan scored 37 at Arkansas Tech, and I think that was in the 2017-2018 season. So it's been a long time since we've seen anybody fill it up quite like that. A great night for Malik. A quietly good night again for Raekwon. Just keeps on doing Raekwon things, 13 and 10. And, again, anytime you can have 14 guys get in the scoring column, that means you had a pretty good night.
Yeah, Rogers, 13 points in just 23 minutes. Ultra efficient from Rogers. 5 from 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from the line, 10 boards, 4 of them offensive, 2 assists, 2 blocks for Rogers. He really filled it up tonight. Other scores for the Reddies, shockingly, those are the only 2 guys the Reddies had in double figures. Riddle with 32, Rogers with 13. Other scores for the Reddies, Drake Wilkes with 6. A lot of guys had 5 tonight. Down the list, Xavier Davenport, 5. Quan Marshall, 5. Yuri Swinford, 5. Josh Mason, 5. Damian Deere also had 6. Tomislav Miholcic with 3. Graham Chenault with 3. Jalen Farrell with 3. Kevon Key with 3. And Henry Blair had 2. Every single Reddy who played scored. Scores for Ouachita Baptist. Davion Bankston, he led the Tigers with 19 points, 6 of 11 from the field for Bankston. DJ Kane had 17 for the Tigers, and a handful of guys were in the single digits. Jacob Street with 6, Kendarius Smith with 5, Marvin Williams Dunn with 4, Xavier Hall with 4, Matt Stanley with 4, Stefan Taube, with 3, and Alex Garillo with 5. As I'm joined now by Reddy's associate head coach Mark Rutledge. Mark, good to talk to you.
It's great to be here.
Great, and great one to watch tonight. How can you start anywhere else but Malik Riddle?
Yes.
We know that Malik has been getting his game, get back together as all the Reddies have with all the COVID protocols, but he really showed off his arsenal tonight. Was this a game the coaching staff Obviously, 32 points is not surprising, but this is a game you could kind of expect from Malik Riddle. He has the potential to do this.
Yes, that's definitely his potential. He works really hard. It's been an adjustment. That's our D1 transfer from Moorhead, so it's been an adjustment for him. But he works every day. He gets in the gym. He gets shots up. And if you look at it, he didn't force anything today.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Right.
So that's why I say we expect him to play like that. He just made open shots today and was really aggressive. That's what we want him to do every game.
Reddy's offense was really ticking for most of the game. 18 assists on 34 made field goals, and it was fun to see every Reddy who played get in the score column. That happens pretty rarely. It's got to feel good as a confidence boost, not only to Malik, who scored 32, but big boosts up and down the lineup. Jalen Farrell hits his first three. Kevon Key hits his first three. And when you get into the teeth of the GAC schedule, this is the third game in 5 days. You're going to need guys like Kevon. You're going to need guys like Jalen. And it's good to see some shots go up and go in for those guys.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned those guys because they work their tail off. They do it the right way. They haven't had a bunch of opportunity, but those guys never put their head down. They come in, they get extra work, they get extra film. So that is also expected. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Graham Chenault today. I thought he had some great minutes. He struggled a little bit. And also Drake Wilkes. He came in and gave us a great spark. So, I'm really happy for a few of our guys. Offensively, we still can get a lot better with our ball security. We had 21 turnovers, and that's a little too much. So this is not Henderson State at its full potential. We have to get those turnovers under control. But, we had a good flow tonight.
Switching defensively, Ouachita shot it better in the second half as the game mucked up a little bit, and it said to David and I made the comment, it looked like a rec league game from time to time in the second half, but in the first half, you guys were locked in defensively. Ouachita shoots 7 of 29. Talk about your defensive effort in the first 20 minutes.
Well, we've been harping on defense for the last several weeks, just our details, just being in gaps, pass flicking, ball pressure, helping each other, trusting each other on that end. So we were really, really pleased with our effort on that defensive end, But second half, again, that's experience. Staying locked in, not settling when you have a big lead. And we're just continuing to learn with this group and continuing to get better.
A lot of times in rivalry games, it's the tougher team that wins. If you saw no other stat tonight and just saw rebounding, I think it's pretty evident the Reddies were the tougher team. You guys doubled them up in the rebounding category in the first half. You guys had 26 rebounds to their 12 after the first 20 minutes. You have 46 for the game. The Tigers have 28. Was that a big emphasis going into this one?
Well, we knew that's a very athletic team, and that's a very tough team over there. We really respect those guys.
Right.
So we knew we had to be locked in and ready for a physical game. So rebounding was a big-time emphasis for us. So I'm really happy, again, with our guys' effort on that end. But that group is really tough, those guys over there at Ouachita.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Go celebrate with you guys. We'll see you Thursday down in Monticello.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That was Associate Head Coach Mark Rutledge. The Reddies win 96-67. They tame the Tigers for the fifth straight time. And we'll have more with the Wendy's postgame show when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Brookshires is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshire's Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshire's online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Henderson State Ready Apparel and Souvenirs. Stop by the Ready Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Ready Bookstore tent during the game. The Ready Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Ready Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Welcome back as we wrap things up in Arkadelphia on the Wendy's postgame show. Henderson State wins at 96-67 over the Tigers of Ouachita Baptist. Henderson State improves to 3-4 on the season. Ouachita Baptist falls to 1-3. Time for our final GAC jump around of the night with the Southwest Sporting Goods scoreboard update. At Southwest Sporting Goods, we're proud to offer a wide selection of sporting goods to fit your needs. Call us today at 1-888-246-2311 or stop by and give us a visit in the store at 115 South 6th Street in Arkadelphia. 3 finals on the women's side of things, all in Oklahoma. East Central beats Southeastern Oklahoma State 62-49. Southern Nazarene beats Oklahoma Baptist 71-63. And Southwestern Oklahoma State beats Northwestern Oklahoma State 87-77. One other final on the guys' side, UAM blows out Southern Arkansas 78-64. This one was not as close as it seemed. UAM was up 49-21 at the half as SAU falls to 5-2 and UAM improves to 4-2. A couple tight ones going on in Oklahoma. In Ada, Southeastern Oklahoma State leads the Tigers of East Central 77-74 with 3 minutes to go. Oklahoma Baptist leads Southern Nazarene by 9 with 9 minutes to go, 53-44. Also in Oklahoma, one blowout to take note of. Southwestern Oklahoma State, they are the most improved team in the conference. They're blowing out Northwestern Oklahoma State 85-53 up in Alva, and got a really good one going up in Searcy. Harding leads Arkansas Tech 74-72 with 3:20 to play in the Rhodes Reeves Fieldhouse. Henderson State wins tonight 96-67 over the Ouachita Baptist Tigers, behind 32 points for Malik Riddle. Riddle was magical tonight. He had the Tigers searching for answers, which they could not come up with. Riddle was fun to watch, and the Reddies run away with it, 96-67. Henderson State is back in action on Thursday as the Reddies travel to Monticello to take on the Arkansas Monticello Boll Weevils. We tip that one at 6 o'clock, so join David Sally and I for the Domino's pregame show at 5:45. For Lance Larkin, back at the studio, for David Sally, I'm Cyrus Wittig. The Reddies win it, 96-67. You've been listening to Reddies Basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Henderson State University is one of the most affordable universities in Arkansas, and we offer the most competitive scholarships in the state.
Our caring professors will challenge you to achieve your best potential.
With more than 90 student organizations, new residence halls, and the beautiful DeGray Lake State Park just 15 minutes away, you will find the perfect fit at Henderson State.
Come see us in Arkadelphia or visit hsu.edu to learn how you can live ready today.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll